Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Low Budget LCS, and without further ado, we are going to jump into this ding-dong-dang thing because, of course, there are tech issues upon tech issues upon tech issues. It is the Low Budget LCS. Thank you for spending your Friday night with me, LaChance, and my dear friend, a happy dream. Welcome back to the cast, man.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be back. It's been a long time since I've casted, but I'm glad I could jump in for a little guest cast here and reunite with LaChance. So I'm excited for these games. Should be a good time.
100%. A classic duo, just like riding a bike. You get the balance back right away. And I think they're
currently in draft right now.
Love it. We are up, and it is a go. All right, yeah, we're a couple picks into this draft. What are we seeing here?
So currently, the Tigers seem to be banning champs that I would say are meta champs, but more along the lines of maybe like targeting a certain player. I'm not familiar with all the players on these teams, but Ivern obviously is strong in the meta, but more niche. Not everyone plays it. So them first banning Ivern leads me to believe that the enemy jungler on the Diamond 4 Gamers is an Ivern player. Brand, solid AP champ, maybe the strongest AP jungler on the current patch, and then Jax. Oh, wow. So they just blind pick Camille here. Makes sense why they banned the Jax. There are definitely answers to Camille. It could be a flex too. You can always flex Camille mid, and then earlier this season, she was played as a support. On the side of the Diamond 4 Gamers, Seraphine, Viego, and Wei, I would say those are more targeted style bans. Not bad champs in the meta, but not like top tier, right?
Right.
Ezreal Braum is the response. Blinding Braum can be dangerous, LaChance, so if they pick an Enchanter bot, it can definitely make Braum's life not easy. He's definitely... he's good into champs like Leona. So that just leads me to believe that Diamond 4 Gamers maybe had a read that the enemy team likes to play Leona, and they picked Braum as a way to like either deny that pick or say, if you're going to pick it, we're going to have the counter right away. And Ezreal...
Okay.
I
wasn't sure if that was getting locked
potentially. It's definitely not bad. I mean, Braum is good into Draven too, right? Oh, Ziggs. Okay. I like this. Ziggs definitely is good into Braum. I would say pretty good into Ezreal. I really like Ziggs Leona. Leona has the lockdown, right, in these team fights or skirmishes to hold someone inside like a Ziggs ult, for instance. And it's definitely a good combo. And then Renekton is a solid pick into Camille. So it's interesting first few picks here. I don't know if Diamond 4 Gamers were predicting the first pick Camille. That would throw me for a loop. But we'll see what the bans do. Obviously, there are flex picks, right? Ezreal can go mid. We've seen that this season. And Ziggs can also go mid. Our very own LCS mid laner always plan ahead. Plays the Ziggs. So maybe he has inspired some players here. We'll have to see.
Hearing you say the team names reminded me that we rushed into this so much because we were delayed with lobbies and stream issues that I forgot to even mention. Folks, this is Executive Group B. We have the Guangdong Tigers versus Diamond 4 Gamers. These are the logos you see on this stream. I'll leave it to you to guess which logo belongs to which team, but I have faith that you guys can figure it out. Also, you got a little shout out in the chat as well. Luffy saying I've missed Zach casting.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks. It warms my heart. Yeah, I miss casting. Miss hearing LaChance's sweet, buttery voice in tandem with my own. I do tune into streams.
Right back at you.
I'm a mod in the Twitch chat. Sometimes I'm there handing out schmeckles, but it's hard. A lot of times the games go on while I'm at work or unavailable.
Totally.
Sejuani picked up for Diamond 4 Gamers with the bans were Fiddlesticks and Xin, and then Vi and LeBlanc banned. The LeBlanc ban leads me to believe that there could potentially be a Ziggs mid, right? But Diamond 4 Gamers have done a good job of holding their last pick. I would guess Ezreal's going bot, but again, he can be put mid, right? And the fact that they're holding this flex is nice. Oh, Shyvana coming in. Shyvana has been a very strong solo queue pick. Now, she did get adjusted a little bit recently. There was like the current build was like Spear of Sojin into like a full AP build. I think people are going more of like a bruisery build, but that build is still not bad. Leandri's is just an OP item, and Shyvana uses it well. The thing is I feel like we'll have to see. Okay, so Lucian coming in. So yeah, we still don't know who's going where. They get to hold that until 20 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be up to Diamond 4 gamers to see what they want to do. My thing though with Shyvana in observation is she's very good in solo queue, especially in the lower elos. Her win rate falls off a bit as you get higher, but she's still played to some effect. But recently she's been actually getting picked in the East. Syndra coming in, okay. In pro games, and she's just not looked great. She looks kind of like a budget version of the other farming junglers.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see if that is like something that pros just do really well. They coordinate around her, or maybe she's not as good in coordinated play, right? The thing about Shyvana is she is absolutely useless until level 6, right? She just offers nothing. So it's up to the player to snowball as fast as they can, get to level 6, and then take off. I like Syndra here. Honestly, Diamond 4 gamers have what I would just... This is just a solid meta composition, right? You have Renekton, Sejuani, Syndra, Ezreal, Braum. All champs you could see in pro play currently. The Tigers have a more interesting comp. Their champs are all good in the meta, I would say, but definitely not as like blind pickable. I would say Diamond 4 gamers have, for the most part, just like all blind pickable champs.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Diamond 4 gamers, I see in the chat that Diamond 4 Gamer says, Diamond 4 Gamer's logo is so clean, I can tell they paid someone to design it. I wonder if they have any inside information. You know, that's a question. That's a guess here. Also, purely due to time constraints and my immeasurable lack of technical ability, there were 2 tweets from the Diamond 4 Gamers account that they asked to share. I'm not going to put them up because I don't know how, and honestly, I'm not going to figure out right now. But I'll tell you what they said, which is basically they say they're going to go 6-0. They say they're going to sweep their group. And today is the day that we get to see if that's going to be true, because they say they're going to win every game. So you got to start out with a win right here. Diamond 4 Gamers coming in extremely confident. Will they be able to take on the Guangdong Tigers? You can decide, because the predictions are up. The casino is open. The last bet from last night was paid out. You've got your schmeggles. Feel free to recklessly throw them into the wind here. Also, lots of people were asking for this game to be streamed. A lot of Guangdong Tiger fans in the Discord as well. Vega here, also one of them. We had a nice little chat about the Guangdong Tigers as well. Okay, so comp-wise, knowing nothing about the play that we're going to see here in a couple of minutes, does either of them call to you as a clear victor?
So I would say, like, in a vacuum, if we're just both comps, everyone plays perfectly, yeah. I would take Diamond 4 Gamers.
Cool.
I think they just have like a very strong traditional composition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there are champs that can snowball and blow open the game. Lucian, Camille, for instance, gets a lot of value against champs like Syndra, Ezreal. Leona is good against champs like Syndra because of their low mobility. But I would say, like, especially now that we can see the lineups on screen, Syndra traditionally is pretty good into the 80 carry mid champs. Good into Lucian, can hold her own. It's a rough lane at first, but as soon as she gets that 6-7 mark and she gets her Q upgrade, she can definitely just start stunning him, poking him out. I would say it's even better for her that she's against Shyvana, because she's not going to have to worry about like early pressure nearly as much. Now Leona can definitely rectify that. And then I would say, if you look down the line, Renekton, very solid into Camille. Considered a good pick into her. Maybe it like, I don't know about a counter pick, but like it's favored, right? And then Braum just is really good into Leona. And the Braum value is high versus Ziggs, Lucian. He can even block the Shyvana E. So we'll have to see. Obviously the Tigers, and any game can flip on its head, right? The Tigers can, Leona could have a good roam, or they could get a solo kill and start snowballing. But on paper, I would go Diamond 4 Gamers. That'd be my pick.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't know the player as well either, because I would say, like, if you're reading draft, if you don't know a team, if they first pick a champ, they put this much priority on this Camille.
Right.
Maybe it's a denial, but that means this guy has confidence, right? Because they banned Jax, but they left open Renekton, so he's like, I can play this matchup. Give me the Camille, I'll take over the game. And maybe that's their guy, right?
It's completely possible. And I mean, this is week 1, right? So as you said, we're going to be meeting a lot of these players right now. And, you know, I'm sure we're going to learn things from game to game, right? Because obviously we're going to see how they perform in this first game. But then over the course of a series, every series, it's a little story. How teams adjust in between games is a huge factor as well. So, yeah, we sort of have to make this decision based off of the vacuum of the champions, the hypothetical plays. And if you're taking Diamond 4 Gamers, just to make it interesting, I'm going to throw my vote onto the side of the Guangdong Tigers. You're probably wondering what my rationale is. At this point, purely for excitement's sake, purely so that we're not voting for the same team here. I do see we've got some confidence in the chat. Jake the Operator, in reference to Guangdong Tigers. Can you blame us? Look at that fire logo for the Tigers. It's great. It's hand-drawn, hand-crafted. We'll tab back over to it. And it's really cute. Good artists on that team, at the very least. And Diamond 4 Gamers, all in on D4G. We took out a second mortgage for this bet. Diamond 4 Gamers, that was the right move. That's how we encourage people to bet here. And of course, thank you for the follow, for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. Not only to Diamond 4 Gamers, who followed us 23 minutes ago, but to Maple6029, who followed us a mere handful of seconds ago. Thank you so much for your time. The fact that you'd spend your Friday evening with us, absolutely wild. We appreciate it. Picasso indeed. That is the likes of which I would compare this artistry. Oh yeah. Happy Dream, do you know what's going on with this whole bail situation?
No, I was wondering. I actually went into my mod view to see like what is up with this.
Yeah.
And then I'll say I laughed because I can see like the permitted terms, which is pretty hilarious.
Yep.
The last one, but also, I was going to ask, what is this post-bail challenge?
Yes.
Well, the foreign guy subscribed for 2 months, by the way.
Oh, shit.
With Prime. Give us your Bezos money. Thank you so much.
We'll always take some of that nice little Bezos money. Thank you,
we
foreign
were
guy.
Banned.
Yeah. So bot. Oh my God! Look at all these good Samaritans helping to post bail here. So what happened yesterday is that Buggle thought, you know what would be a fun sort of caster arc for me this season is to be a villain. So he put the entire LBLCS in jail. He arrested the whole Discord, and he set bail at 100,000 schmeckles over the course of 30 days. So listen, look at this community effort here. Pickle Hater contributing 4,000 schmeckles, Times Legend 4,000 schmeckles, Venge Ghost 394 schmeckles, Zin Money 4,000 schmeckles, That Frigmus 250 schmeckles. Every schmeckle counts, folks, to get the low budget LCS out of prison. I don't know what Buggle's intention is here.
We locked up? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'll throw some schmeckles in there.
Fuck yeah. There we go. Buggle and Bear hurt our souls. They cage us like rats. What the fuck I heard the stream went crazy last night. I heard things were breaking.
Did he ban everyone?
Spiritually, I'm assuming they were banned. Oh, are goblins fake? Listen.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, this is okay. This is all right. Don't worry about the black screen. Just listen to these good goblin sounds here.
Did you get the same error I got?
Yep. If you
If I reconnect,
to
we'll
it.
just...
It will,
Oh, okay,
or I should be streaming on Discord.
I'm reconnected. Cool. All right.
Paynai
Cool,
250
cool.
for the post bail. It's Knives. It's Knives, I think, contributing 10 schmeckles. And honestly, who gives more? Someone who gives 4,000 or someone who gives every single schmeckle they
Diamond
have?
4 Gamers top just recovered from a lobotomy. Hopefully it does not impact him today. He might be screwed.
It's
I think
possible.
Lobotomies, from what I can tell, they need a little bit more time to recover than just a day. But, you know, I could be wrong.
Yeah,
All right.
just a little bit.
We have a little stack. Renekton trying to bait here in the top lane while the Chance sets up the stream. Looks like he's trying to get Camille to go on him to try to get that early chunk, but Camille is stoic, not falling for that.
And I mean, these are the instincts that top laners have, right? Who gets trapped more than top laners? Always people trying to bully them, and not even quite sure how to pronounce that. Saw Saggies. That's gonna be fun to say. Saw Saggies being stalwart against Superman. 2008 version Superman, by the way. Don't get it twisted. Not sure who played that particular
Christopher Reeves.
version. Hey man, your guess is as good as mine.
All right, jungler is starting on offside the map. As predicted, Sejuani will usually path towards her melee champ. Renekton Sejuani is a deadly combination. Obviously, Sejuani's passive works really well with champs that have like multi-hit on hits. So she'll try to turn his to lane and hover him. That is her strong side. Ezreal Braum can definitely survive on their own. And I expect as soon as Ziggs has the Lost Chapter for infinite mana, Leona will try to roam around and make up for the pressure that Shyvana kind of lacks in the early game. Shyvana will be looking to clear. The important thing in these matchups where you're playing like a ganking jungler versus full clear jungler, right, is you want to make sure Sejuani you're pathing efficiently and not leaving camps up while you go for plays, or make sure if you're taking that risk that you're getting something, because as soon as you get off your cycle and you start letting Shyvana, Lilia, these type of champs, right, start cycling your camps and get the timer, it can be really rough. So we want to make sure Sejuani you can see she's going, looks like for a full clear. Oh, she's cutting over.
Now, this is where I ask what time you're on. I should mention that I'm at 2:45.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Oh, I'm ahead of you. I'm 2:53.
Beautiful. Oh, this might be what you're seeing. Monarch going in onto Hop is going to flash away under tower. There's the passive stack. They get 2 shots off, and they get to safety. That was a close one.
Yes. Let me know when you're at 307.
Okay.
I'll play.
Okay. I'm going to be in 2 seconds. On now.
Cool.
Beautiful. The people love it. And if anything disconnects, you can just look at the Discord. Superman diving in right here. Just the classic slice and dice. Get that stun. Get those autos in. Renekton things.
Yeah, Renekton, obviously known just for being one of the strongest laning champs top. Very few bad matchups and lots of winning matchups. Camille also has to just be careful. She knows Sejuani's on the top side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she has to be aware that maybe Sejuani slips into a lane bush or is hovering him, so she can't chase him off. She just wants this to get into the turret. She can catch it, getting the trades off as best she can.
Yeah, everybody.
And in terms of
everybody just
maneuvering
pretty well and not trying to overstep at this particular moment. Also, Luffy, no account. Listen, that's Papoa's property, intellectual property. I have no vampire characters that I can do. That's all him. Waffles and vampires, it's that guy. Where do you think First Blood's going to come from? Where do we think action's going to pop off when this stalemate has finished?
I always think it's top lane, personally. They're usually fighting the most. I would expect it, but from the looks of it, Sejuani seems to be trying really hard to hover her mid, right? Which makes sense. If you can get Syndra to that level 7, 8, whatever she's able to get, depending on how many splinters, her double Q, very strong. Oh,
yeah, it does look like something's going to happen. potentially up here in the top lane. Camille's gonna back.
Pretty hard dive. Shivani just hovers to make sure Renekton can get the wave in.
And Camille had a
actually,
great ward
the
there.
wave is...
She knew that she was there. Like, probably
That's
wasn't
true.
in a ton of danger.
Renekton opting not to back. He might be. You can see he's trying to bait, right?
Yes, indeed. He dives in, gets the slice and dives. But look at that, Camille just able to escape from like a third of the way up the lane. That's such a strong escape right there. Is that interruptible?
Yeah, you can interrupt it.
Okay.
You have to interrupt her like as she's flying. So Camille did a good job of shooting it out like as the CC came in, and which is the like kind of like Tristana buffer, right?
Totally.
But look at this, because they show Shyvana gets to take the dragon, and Shyvana has like a gimmicky
here
passive.
Are the Aegis walking forward. They do have ult right there. There's gonna be the flash. There's the ult. First blood. Mid lane going to the captain of Diamond 4 Gaming, the hero of ages. Beautiful kill right there.
Really well done. It's a solo kill too. And in this matchup, getting a solo kill early is very good for Diamond 4 gamers. Hop, the mid laner, the Lucian, is definitely going to have a hard time because it doesn't get easier, right? As this matchup goes later into the game and she gets more levels, Syndra will be able to be kind of a menace. So Syndra has 37 splinters, so either next level or if she can land 3 combos, she'll get her Q upgrade, and then Syndra with the Q upgrade becomes like a whole different champ, right?
Totally.
Great trading top. But yeah, I guess I was wrong. That was just a full solo kill.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they had the advantage, right? The level advantage, and all it took was a flash forward and just dropping the ult. And I mean, it's kind of one of the reasons that you pick Syndra is to be able to get away with something like that. Also, Volter, I would try reloading the screen. We're definitely in game.
Nope.
Unless
He was
I'm
in
crazy.
fact tripping.
Oh, thank goodness. No. Okay, good. I was panicking for a moment there. Camille's pretty far down in CS. I kind of see that as like the acceptable trade-off of the pressure that's been up there.
Yeah, I mean, Camille, I think, is always going to go down in this lane. It also, yeah, having Sejuani hovering, because Camille's weak side, right? She knows that Sejuani was up there. Oh.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of Sejuani running into... Okay, a couple things happening here. A 2v1 in the mid lane trying to get revenge here on the Syndra, which they will get. Lucian's going to get that kill. Sejuani ult in the 2v3 right here. They're going to take down the Camille. They're going to dive for the Shyvana, and they get it. A double kill in the top lane for Diamond 4 Gamers. That is devastating up there.
Huge play from Braum. So both supports had the same idea to roam up for these grubs. Braum had definitely backed on a better timer, which they got from their prio, right? But Leona coming up sees an angle on the flashless Syndra and gets it. So although the double kill going Renekton is huge and gonna make top lane a lot harder, she does help even up mid lane a bit more, which should help Lucian out. Like champs like Syndra, very strong in the 1v1, have a lot of control in team fights, but are immobile, right? So if they lose their flash, these heavy CC champs can definitely do a lot of work. Absolutely. Okay, Syndra has her Splinter now. I expect her to really start pushing her lead. And if we're looking at builds, LeChance, interesting, you can see Lucian is opting for a BF sword build. So he could go, there's a few items. I think traditionally people have been going Essence Reaver. Not the most common Lucian build. Currently, I think we see a lot of Bork Rush.
Okay.
But he thinks maybe he needs mana, or just this is something he feels more comfortable with. Either or. Sejuani going for the Zeke's Rush. Pretty standard, especially after the Warmog's nerf. You can still rush Warmogs, but Zeke's obviously has a lot of value with Renekton and Braum, these melee champs. Shyvana opting for the Sojin build, and Camille probably just going for her standard Triforce. Champs like Camille don't get as much say in their build, right? Usually they have to just build the standard item.
Right. Not too much room for creativity there. We do see a minute until Dragon. The camera wants us to watch top lane, but there's a lot of action around mid, around this objective, vying for vision. There's actually a deep blue ward that Monarch is on right now that's gotten past the ward line. Pretty good for the Guangdong Tigers to have that. It's actually going to show them everything they need to know right now. Pretty big.
Yeah, definitely good. Shyvana gets bonus stats from dragons, right? So it looks like the Diamond 4 gamers are trying to be in the area to prevent Shyvana from sneaking the dragon, and also just maybe to scare it themselves.
Oh, a little bit forward. They're going to commit with the ult and the CC, and there it is. 2 ults used just to eliminate the engage tool from the Guangdong Tigers. That's probably going to get dragon.
Still pretty good. It definitely, the Tigers aren't in a position without Leona, I think, to fight this drag. So even though they did get the Sejuani and the Syndra ult, it's not enough to deter the Diamond gamers from starting the dragon, right? Shyvana could look to get a play top here. Looks like she's angling it. Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, Renekton. Jesus.
The Ryu is currently on items. Renekton, with that double kill, was able to finish Eclipse. He's so strong. He might just 2v1 them.
Yeah, it's possible. He's thinking about it. Superman gonna get engaged on. She's gonna get that little shield right there. Superman now going to be ulting himself. There it is. Under tower, though. Not sure if he can do it. One last shot does it. A 1-for-1 in the top lane and a shutdown to Shyvana.
Still probably worth. The shutdown, obviously, giving Shyvana a little bit more gold can sometimes be rough. But the big thing is diving on that wave makes Camille lose the whole wave, right?
Ooh, look at this.
Camille's already nice.
Good flash.
Good. Definitely wasn't able to get there on the timer that she had for the flash before, but able to come in, get the flash, you time it. Leona can make that same play another time, right?
Totally.
But yeah, we look at the CS differential top is getting really big. And
they're looking for revenge right here. Nice! Look at that! 2 ults out of the way. Both mid laners showing they know what's up.
So this could be a timer now for the Tigers, right? No Sejuani ult, no Braum ult. Potentially they could look to contest these grubs. The issue is, again, Renekton and Syndra, and actually Sejuani, have all finished their core item. And their item finishes, I think, are a little bit more impactful than the Shojin plus ER, right? OMG, Lucian is so goated. Jam Jammies.
It's a great name, Jam Jammies. So, Diamond for Gamers are gonna be grabbing all 6 grubs, it looks like.
Yeah.
With the Ziggs, I mean, that feels like it's gonna be pretty dirty. Oh.
Sorry, Ziggs on the other team, right?
You're right. Ziggs is on the other team.
It would be dirty
in
another
so
world.
Filthy. Yeah, and that maybe next.
Also Camille, right? Any of these split push champs, grubs I think are very strong, and although the dragons technically scale better, right? Because you're getting this, you're working towards a soul win condition. The stats are a little better. The amount of plating and turrets you can get from grubs, especially if you get 6, is so strong. And another underrated thing is after you get a kill or after a fight, having grubs allows you just to get so much more than you would normally.
Absolutely. No, 100%. Those plays just become so much more snowbally. Sasagis up here. Took my brain a second to read that again. I mean, just doing what they can, right? When this Renekton's so strong, they just get pushed in and they hit him as much as they can under tower. But Superman just clearly feels so empowered. Dashing over right here, doesn't get the other dash from Slice and Dice. Ult is up for both of them, but I don't think Camille really wants to commit to a full thing right now.
No. I think Camille...
although maybe this is... Here we go. Casper Curse in full effect as Superman finding themselves 2v1. Monarch coming over the wall here. Does get the ult in, but not in time. A great counter punch from the Guangdong Tigers.
Yeah, that was good. They had enough damage to kill him right away before he was able to get his Q heal off. Sometimes it's a little scary. I think we've all seen the Renekton get ahead, and with his old turn the 2v1 play, but that was good for them. Renekton building towards Black Cleaver. Still, Camille does not have her completed item yet. Now, she did get the Tabby.
Shyvana versus Monarch right here. Red team's going to get that Rift Herald. Not sure if Monarch's going to get out of there, but a very nice Scatter of the Week from Here Are the Ages. They didn't have dash up, no flash, no way to get over the wall. But they get Herald.
Yeah, they've had full control over these topside objectives, as well as the Dragon. Now, one thing I talked about earlier is the Shyvana and how relevant she could be in coordinated play. She has gotten 2 kills, and one of those was a shutdown, right? So maybe this is an opportunity for Shyvana to really take over. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean,
she needs to get stats, right?
Yeah, like 30 seconds till this next dragon. So obviously she gets stronger with each dragon she takes. What stats specifically is she getting from that? If you happen to know.
She gets 5 armor and magic resist.
So we're getting a little bit of a chase right here as Camille and Renekton face off. Camille is going to make it to the edge there. And bot tower is in a position to be blown up by Ziggs very easily, and Monarch on the top side of the jungle. This is the perfect opportunity for Shyvana to get this dragon, rush it down. I think they've got enough pressure down here to do this, and they're basically going to trade top tower for this dragon.
Yeah, so they wanted the first turret and to snowball Renekton's lead even more.
Teleport coming in, Superman to the rescue, dragon at half health. 2 people in the pit right here. Can they get the smite off? This could be everything. Oh, they do get it! Shyvana does get the dragon! Lucian ulting over the wall right here. Monarch trying to chase them down, and they just use a series of blast cone and dashes to get out of there. Yes, Shyvana pays the price with their life, but they get that dragon, which they sorely need.
So overall, it's definitely a net win still for Diamond for Gamers, right? They have they got the top tower. Renekton gets the TP down, gets a kill. They're gonna get the mid turret. They also denied a massive wave mid. So the jungler and mid laner for Diamond 4 Gamers were a little late to that play, but it's because they were making sure that the whole wave got in. And you could just see across the board, right? Not across the board, but in the solo lanes especially, the CS difference, right? 30 something, 32-ish on the top side, about almost 30 as well in the mid lane. These are like leads that are getting up. They also just have more plates. If we look at the gold graph, Syndra's up about 800 gold, and Renekton's up 2.6k. So
hot damn, it's a scary game.
That's basically a whole item, right? Like, as we can see, she's got boots and Triforce. He has Cleaver and Eclipse. If I don't get my Schmeckles payout after this game, I'm gonna, I don't know, but it's something. You want to get banned again? You want to get put in the gulag again?
Dude, Buggle will
don't threaten them. They're mad with power.
100,000 Schmeckles, it's insane. Even though it is heartwarming how many people have been contributing to getting rid of this bail. We'll do a check-in after the game and see where we are on that.
I think it's like 30% complete. I can see.
That's pretty.
Oh, we have 36k. I can see from my view here.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. Almost halfway there, actually.
For one day, I mean, we'll be out of there in no time. Thank you so much. Oh, a fight popping off right here as the Braum is going to get engaged on. Everyone's using everything they can, but he's going to jump out. Sung Soul jumping to Superman. Camille's going to dive in right there. Nice CC exhaust going to be used. Trying to kite as far as they can to the tower. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Would do it, and there it is. Now Superman alone. Ezreal ult going to go across the bow. I mean, Renekton is strong, but how strong is he? 4v1 seems like a lot. Oh, down here honestly just seemed like fate that Lucian dodged that, but you can't dodge that Scat of the Week, nor the ult from Syndra right there. Here are the Ages. Going to pick up another kill.
Yeah. I want to just say, Song Soul, like, although he did end up going down, he played that about as perfectly as you could. Used his E to block so much damage. And Brahmi, obviously, the first spell it hits, it completely blocks. So he used it, and he used it twice in that fight. It was very well done. Renekton almost able to get the return kill, but the team, their team was on the other side of the map, so it's just those two. But the fact that he was able to survive for so long, and are allowed Renekton the ability to just get off so much damage. It prevented them from getting the turret or getting really anything off that play.
Yeah.
So there's a, roughly a 3.5, 4K-ish gold lead on the side of D4 Gamers, which is good. This is what they want. Both teams, I would say, scale relatively the same. I would say, maybe the Tigers have a little bit better scaling, but Syndra and Ezreal definitely aren't weak, and neither is Sejuani, right?
Right.
And I think Renekton's lack of scaling is kind of
Speaking of Renekton.
Oh.
1v1. Ooh, in 2 places. That's going to be Lucian ults. 2v1 down here in the bot lane. Fights on either side of the map. Superman finding himself in this 2v1. He has ulted. Can he pull this off? But his health bar just dropped so low. IHOP now in the opposite situation as a scat of the week will take him out of the picture. A 1-for-1 cross-map plays. Both of these teams have each other's number. Oh, but one of them could drastically pivot towards Baron. Maybe that's crazy. Look at that. Ult right onto Wide Penguin right here. They found another target. Braum passive. Braum ult 2. Leona ult being dropped. Everything. That's another person taken out. I think they're thinking about it. It's definitely being talked about. What are they going to decide on?
It is a little difficult versus Ziggs, obviously. The Baron Mat gives you a lot of magic shred. So champs with lots of AoE like Ziggs can... As you can see, they can cause a lot of pain.
Reinforcements,
now, Braum is
though, coming from the
Braum's
sky.
blocking. Monarch's going for the heal. Looks like it's good. Maybe Shyvana can try to run in. The issue, Shyvana doesn't have ult. I would factor that's a big reason why they start this.
They might go for the fight, though. Lucian's going to drop that ult right there. He's going to get interrupted right away. Red team will get it, but immediately eliminate Renekton. But that is the price that they want to pay to get away with this Baron. The only person who's going to have to make a real great escape is going to be this Syndra, but the top tower is still up. All that work that Renekton put in the early game gives Syndra a safe place to back from as Guangdong Tigers pivot towards this dragon. It will be their third one if they're able to burst it down in time.
Definitely they'll get the drag. Sometimes I feel like in League we get in this mode where we have to we're like, I'll make the hero play. Pretty sure Renekton could have just left with his team, but he wanted to get in there. Probably feeling himself with how strong he's been all game.
Totally.
But they get the Baron, they're pushing down mid. Now, for the Tigers, they're on Soul Point, right?
Yeah.
So they get the third dragon. Shyvana she's getting 20 from her passive now, armor magic resist, which is not bad. Free stats, can't complain.
No.
And they're scaling up, and they put a timer on that. They make it so basically the enemy team has to fight them.
Right. Is there anything special
I will say,
for getting Soul?
No, she gets 5 armor magic resist, and then just to start, and then she gets 5 more per drag.
Gotcha.
But the soul, it's the mountain soul is really strong, especially I would say versus this comp. They have pokey champs with Ezreal.
Leona looking for something right here. That's going to be a Sejuani going a little bit wide, but Wide Penguin, speaking of, is going to go down pretty low. Lots of CC coming through. Very nice. Lucian ult, Ziggs ult too as well. Camille dives in, finding a target. There's the Ezreal taken down. The fight continues. Sung Soul, the next to fall. Monarch and the Hero of the Ages on the run. And look at this. Diamond for Gamers, who've had so much control in this game, are forced to flee, losing Baron. But look to the bot lane. Renekton still there, pushing on his own. They've got 6 grubs. The camera does not care for some reason. Here we go. Okay, not yet on the tower. Sasagi's, I'm going to say that wrong every time. Not even going to try to say it right from now on. Is here to try and stop the push. And with no Baron, actually, looking pretty good. Superman probably taking more damage than they thought. They're just going to let him walk away. Wow.
Don't think that Camille wants a full 1v1. She'll probably try to hit and run and kite him out.
Sure.
But yeah, that was well played. Camille ult, she was able to get onto Ezreal there, and Ezreal locked up, wasn't able to kite out and do what he needs to do. I will say too, because of the extra armor magic resist that Shyvana is getting, this Syndra, who doesn't have a Void Staff yet, actually didn't do that much damage to her when she full comboed her with her ult. So there was she went for more of a sustained team fight build, this is not an uncommon Syndra build, but if you do this and they have any MR at all, can make your life a little bit more difficult. But yeah, this is obviously 6K or 5K-ish gold lead still on the side of the Tigers. Or not the Tigers, sorry, Diamond 4 Gamers.
Can you walk me through how they won that fight? Because if you look at the game up until that point, you're thinking, okay, Diamond 4 Gamers, they have They have a huge gold lead. They've been controlling the map all over the place. And even at the beginning of that fight, Wide Penguin, when the fight started in earnest, Wide Penguin had like a third of their health right there. And then all of a sudden, I just feel like the tides turned and there was this huge momentum shift.
I mean, a big thing is they were just a man down, right? Renekton TP to the Baron. Camille was able to save TP, able to get on there. Camille ult, again, very strong if she can get onto one of these 2 carries. They have a lot of AoE too with Ziggs and a lot of lockdown. And although Wide Penguin, yeah, did die right away, they were able to get off their ult and get a lot of stuns and, you know, do the Leona stuff. And Leona, even being lowish on items, takes a long time to kill, right? Just the kind of how the champion is.
Hero of Age is going to get engaged on by Kevin Telian, a name I haven't said out loud yet. Sun Soul getting that passive off. Monarch going to miss the Sejuani ult a little bit. Ezreal ult coming in through here does not clip the Lucian. 2 flashes right there as the CC comes through from Renekton. Lucian's going to get taken down 3v1 onto this Camille right here. I don't see how they get out of that. Can't even see their health bar or how many people are participating in that fight. And that's 3 people in quick succession taken out of the Guangdong Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers definitely, I think, were getting a little too ahead of themselves from the previous fight, right? Where they, you know, they won a fight. They thought, oh, we're strong enough now. This Shyvana build is strong, but they did nerf it, right? So as you can see, she hit her W, or her E on Syndra. Didn't do a ton of damage. And Syndra, with this Cosmic Drive, able to get the move speed, just kite out a little bit. And then kind of the opposite. They're down a man now because Renekton gets TP in, gets on the back line. And unfortunately, although he's stopped the bleeding a bit, Lucian is not a champ that is nearly as good at crawling back from being behind as like Camille, for instance, right? So Lucian isn't doing a lot in these fights, and Renekton able to TP in, kill him right away, and he's not able to basically fight back. Makes these fights a lot harder. The Tigers, I think, want fights where they can get on the back line, use the Camille ult,
Speaking about
one-shot someone.
Tigers
Oh,
there it is. The CC connects. That's I mean, even the Ezreal was on point. You talked about this before. You said they're on Soul sort of forcing a fight, and they were really cognizant and ready for that. Diamond 4 gamers right in the exact place that they want to be, and this dragon is unequivocally theirs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a... It's so interesting to me because I felt like the Tigers kind of were able to get a little bit of momentum.
Absolutely.
But then, yeah, the Diamond 4 gamers just turned it on. 2 really big plays back to back.
It on. That's going to be Wide Penguin potentially getting picked right here. One more does it. Whoa. Gets taken out. I believe, did Braum get that kill? Yeah, Braum got that final kill right there. The pop of the passive. Superman cutting down this mid inhib is going to back off. But yeah, no, I feel like there was a lot of momentum going the way of the Tigers just a couple of minutes ago, and just Diamond 4 gamers just came back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Obviously, Hero of Ages has been doing great all game. Has taken his lead that he got by himself, basically. You know, a little bit of hovering from his jungler, but able to get the entire lead and just run with the game. And Syndra at this point is very strong, right? She lands a stun on Lucian, hell, even Shyvana now, or Ziggs, maybe Camille. She can one-shot them. And especially now that she gets her execute, and with both Flash and the Seeker's Arm Guard, it's going to be a pretty tall task to kill her. I don't know if I would say the game's over, for instance, because obviously you can always win in League and you can make a comeback and they're freak plays, but it's looking very, very difficult for the side of the Tigers just because this Syndra, it's going to be hard to answer her now.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are converging onto this Baron. It's looking pretty low, maybe a crazy steal. No, they are going to secure that, and Diamond 4 gamers got what they came for. Now, Camille's pushing on the bot side, maybe going to get an extra tower down there. Definitely looks like they don't want to commit to a fight right now.
Cross mapping, definitely correct. I'll say that
Wide Penguin, there's the ult. Just every CC they can dump onto Leona. They say, hey, whatever. We'll take out the tank. We'll make sure you can't engage on us. And now we're going to push with numbers down this top lane. And Lucian's the only one to respond right here. Ziggs on their way, but they definitely can't clear this wave.
One thing I really like about Diamond 4 gamers, I would say Monarch has been the one who's been doing this, is they're not afraid because they have such high damage from their mid laner right now to just go on the tank, right?
Yeah.
Like, although people I think tend to think like, oh, I need to get a high value target, just being down a man is sometimes enough, right? So the fact that they see the Leona out of position, okay, I'm just gonna ult him, we'll kill the Leona right away, and then we'll go for the next play, right? And Sejuani ult is not super high cooldown, so you can definitely look for picks that way.
Speaking of picks,
sometimes it's good just to pull the trigger.
Right here. Triggers are being pulled. There it is. Camille ult going to be used in that. Leona ult being dropped on it as well. Ziggs too. They've got a lot of damage, but can they finish off any of these targets? The Superman is cutting through the front line. He's going to peel back, help take out this Camille that dove in. That's just the Leona that's dead right now. A 1-for-1, a 2-for-1. Low health bars, but they've got Baron. They've got Grubs. Oh my god, the pop on that. The Ezreal gets taken out, a double kill. I think that play may have saved the game, and even as I say it, speaking into existence, the caster curse is real. There it is, a great Zonius from the Hero of Ages as they bait in the Camille, take them out. Now only 2 people to defend this turret against 3. Even with the bombs, these Baroned up minions and Superman diving in right here. They are gonna take them out. A full-bodied ace as Diamond 4 gamers close out game 1 of this best of 3 series.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Camille flank onto the Ezreal, and Ezreal even blinked a little too far, and he got like the interaction where Camille like flings you back into the center, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he took the full brunt of the Ziggs ult, but someone said in chat, Braum is OP, and Braum put up a shield, blocked the range damage coming in, and kept Ezreal alive for so long. Ezreal actually survived and then just died to like a random Shyvana E later, but the fact that they had to commit so much, and he still was able to live, and like we saw, this Syndra was so hard to kill, right? With the hourglass, the flash, just kind of a menace. And yeah, I would say good GG to Diamond 4 gamers. They did a great job of getting an advantage and pushing their lead, and they are showing again like the strength of meta picks and meta champions, right? Like I would say this is like about as meta of a comp as you can get in pro play, and competitive. And they demonstrated why. Syndra obviously isn't as common, but I think Syndra is just solid, especially at our casual level, right? Which is always going to be a good pick. But yeah, I think the chance is going to be interesting. You mentioned this earlier. One of my favorite parts about series is how the story develops and how things change over the course of a best of series. And they put a lot of eggs, draft resources as well into this Camille first pick, and it did really work out for them, you know?
Yeah. No, they really did. And you picked up on that like right away. Okay, cool. We are waiting on the lobby to be made. It's being made right now. So, we talk about the story that develops. What do you think are some lessons that Guangdong Tigers learned here? Because this wasn't just like a complete shutout, right? Certainly Diamond 4 gamers, dominant hand on the series so far, dominant hand throughout most of that first game. However, we did see some punchback. We saw some pushback. Guangdong Tigers making some plays. What do you think the connective tissue is that could maybe push this series to a game 3?
I think what the Tigers need to do is, one, definitely take a look at draft. They seem like they ban the Jax, but they have this pick into Camille. They could take red side, go for more of a counter pick in either their solo lanes. Obviously, you have the advantage of counter picking on 3 and then banning, as well as counter picking on R5. I think they also maybe just need to look at the comp. I don't think their comp was bad, but I just don't really know how much I like this Shyvana. I feel the issue is when you have a champ like Shyvana who basically does nothing for like the first 6 or 7 minutes. It just seems like Sejuani was able to get a little bit more done, impact the map more, and get those leads. I think I would have liked to have a jungle that Leona could have linked up with, because Ziggs can kind of sit bot and wave clear forever, and then they can really impact the map together. But yeah, I think obviously they had some plays, they found some angles, and it's not like the enemy team, yeah, like you said, it wasn't like they're infallible. They definitely held their 5k gold lead for most of the game, but that can be swung, right, as the game goes on. So yeah, but I would definitely take a look at your drafting for the counter picking. I'd also try to get mid a better matchup. He didn't seem as comfortable in this Syndra Lucian matchup. So if you're able to get Hop with some characters in front that I don't know, but if you're able to get Hop a better matchup and give Hop like some agency, that might be better, right? Because it seems like one thing I noticed from D4 gamers is they're very good at playing around their mid laner. This guy got strong and they were like phalanx around him, right? And he basically was never touched for the rest of the game. So if you can get something that gives you a little more agency and maybe can get some stuff going a little bit earlier in the game, they might have a better shot, right?
Absolutely. I'm just hovering on the last draft to look at some of the bans that came through as well. Diamond 4 Gaming prioritizing that Xin Zhao, Fiddlesticks, Hui, Viego, and Seraphine, and Guangdong Tigers getting rid of that Ivern, Brand, Jax, LeBlanc, and Vi. You think any of those should be switched out for something that was, do you feel like there was a key piece of Diamond 4 Gaming's comp?
I mean, the only thing I could maybe see them swapping out is the Jax for something else and going on red side. It's hard to say like who plays what champs. If they're banning Jax, it makes me feel like the enemy top maybe plays it and is good at it and they didn't want to play against it. Or like I said, they were like, okay, we're gonna pick Camille, we'll ban Jax, we're fine. But he played the Renekton Camille matchup about as well as you can. If they have an Ivern player, I personally think Ivern is so annoying to play against and so oppressive. So if this jungler is like an actual Ivern main, or he knows what he's doing, it is maybe worth banning. And then Brand is strong. Sejuani's also strong. Maybe they drop Jax and just triple ban jungle and make him go on to like a not as meta pick. It's hard to say. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that like stood out to me. I just think Diamond 4 Gamers picked a very solid comp. And on top of that, they kind of just had good matchups in every lane. The one issue when you blind pick your soul lanes, or you're picking like they to really analyze it, they pick Camille, they get the Renekton answer. The enemy team blind picks Braum, they answer with Leona. Braum is good in Leona, right? Then they have like Sejuani, who's solid, and then Syndra can lane versus Lucian. Syndra actually played that matchup even better than you're supposed to, right? Got a solo kill before getting the 2 Qs. Level 4 or 5 or level 6 solo kill or whatever. So I think it's just working on draft, making sure they're not like setting themselves up to be countered,
Absolutely. Also, we said we'd check in on it. We are almost at 40K of the post-bail community challenge, which we have 29 days left. Didn't realize there was a description. Buggle has arrested the entirety of the LBLCS community. They are in jail until they post bail. Haha. Goblins are real, by the way.
True.
Yeah, so I mean, goblins are real. I guess that's just a fact now. I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder 2nd edition recently, and goblins have a big role in that. And I have a buddy who's playing a goblin lawyer character. Which...
A goblin lawyer?
A goblin lawyer.
What is Pathfinder? It's like ARPG?
It's a tabletop RPG.
Oh, tabletop. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Cool.
And if there's... All right, lobby's made. They're sending out invites. Just making sure there's
awesome
space for us. Also, Diamond 4 Gamers have just another fun fact. They have someone playing from Europe right now. So we started at 2 a.m. their time. It's now 3 a.m. for them. Someone playing
Who
on
is
that
there?
EU ping.
Who is that?
What a great question, a happy dream. I believe it is their top laner is playing on that ping. Hot damn. LCS LEC crossover. Yeah, dude, we have a surprising amount of okay. I got sent a code, which I'm gonna send to you as well.
I'm like so impressed when people can play on like super high ping.
Yes.
Because I for sure get very tilted when I'm like lagging or have high ping.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this guy like played lane really well and played Renekton really well on, whatever it's like 180 ping, I assume, something like that.
It has to be.
They're taking our lanes.
They're taking our indeed. Indeed, Mr. Elias. Yeah, we had a great player last season. I'm not sure if they're here this season. Italian Disgrace, who is just a guy from Italy who had a work schedule that allowed him to play these games at like straight up 4 a.m. and, did a great job. I believe made it to playoffs. We've got that draft link, and we've got these teams switching
My
sides.
grandmother calls me an Italian disgrace, actually. For not learning the language of our people.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful, just
Superman 2008, I'm your biggest fan. That's my teammate in the chat.
oh my god.
Nitrol Gen.
You're getting a lot of love, but you're getting so much love for your dreamy voice, your calm, soothing, dulcet tones.
Yeah.
Well earned.
My quiet voice, my monotone. What's funny is I met a girl on a dating app a while ago. This was like years ago.
Ooh.
And she was from, I think, Puerto Rico maybe, but she had
Okay.
moved here. And so she asked to call me because we were just texting to prove I was real. And we're talking, and she said this to me. This has stuck with me. She said I had the most California accent she's ever heard. And then I said, what does that mean? Because to me, California accent's like very plain, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, you sound like a little valley boy. I was like, oh, okay.
What?
I was like, and I said, whatever.
I don't hear it.
No.
That thick. Maybe I completely don't understand.
I mean, I don't. The only way I can ever tell someone's from California is if they say like hella. It's from like Northern California. That's like a Northern California word. Is that where that fetish came from? No. That's not true.
I think you're off on that one.
Slander.
By the way, they're in draft, and they truly have been off to the races. We had
so
a
they
side
swapped
shift.
sides here.
Yes.
So they banned the Shyvana, which is very surprising to me, and then they first picked the Ezreal. Now, if I'm Guangdong Tigers, I'm kind of chilling with the Ezreal pick. I'll keep it real because he didn't really like. I didn't think the Ezreal was like super impactful. So the fact that they're first picking it gives you a little bit more leeway in what you want to pick. Going for the Ziggs again.
Run it back.
I didn't think the Ziggs was bad.
Not at all.
I just want to see mostly like a better matchup for the top laner, and then also I'd like to see like maybe a more proactive jungle.
Absolutely.
Leona pick again. We might just get a bot lane run back here. Braum is solid into both those champs, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. Also, I think Song Sol is his name, played well. And they're just gonna go with the Camille. Oh, they're going for the Camille now. So they blind the Camille on Diamond 4 Gamers. And they're inviting them to say, okay, I'll blind Camille. You pick the counter. Do you have something that can counter this? Oh, interesting.
A Vayne.
I don't know if I would go with this personally.
No.
It's not bad.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I
was
just
excited.
I'm so tilted from
Listen, I would
playing
love
with
to see
veins.
that. We have different. Listen, you're a very skilled player. You play in the executive league. These are your stomping grounds. You know what it means to take these champions to task here. I'm but a humble play-by-play caster who would love to see a Vayne either pop off or give it their best shot. But the Renekton,
Or run it down.
that makes a lot of sense. Hey, there's a lot of words for it, you know?
Yeah, of course.
What's
I
up,
think,
Primate Flex? Welcome.
So they're banning the brand. I think that's good. I think brand is mega overpowered. So
yeah, fuck that champ.
I'm glad they're getting him out of here. He can take over a game. They banned Lilia. I think if I'm on the side of Guangdong, I'm not too worried about AP jungle bans because I do have Ziggs. And if they want to run a mid lane in Sejuani ban. So this is what I wanted to see before. Pinching these meta junglers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Forcing them. Okay, so they're going to ban Vi instead. Vi, I mean, they could just go Sejuani again. No, here's the thing, is Guangdong gets the pick first. So my opinion is maybe they're going to take Sejuani. If everyone's champ pool was all the champs, I would take Sejuani on 4.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see, because maybe Diamond 4 says, okay, maybe they want Sejuani, we'll just remove it, and we'll go to a different... So they go Jarvan. I think the Jarvan ban is pretty useless, personally. Maybe they want to play something really immobile mid lane, but all their champs have dashes, so it makes Jarvan, like, not nearly as potent, right?
Totally. We're working also with, like, half the picture as well. We didn't... research all these players, so maybe that's
For
feel
sure.
like that's like it's like a player pick.
Maybe. I mean, it wasn't banned the first game. The Vi,
That's a
to
good
me,
point.
comes off as a player pick. Oh, okay. This is a pick that's rising in popularity, actually. Mundo Jungle.
I think we saw that last night.
Yeah, so I have been seeing... I can't keep up as much as I used to, but I try to watch like high elo games or see trending picks, and Mundo Jungle is something that's getting picked a lot more. It's not bad. It's pretty good. He is like a farming jungle that scales up. Oh, and
The
then LeBlanc. Okay.
that was banned in
So
game
LeBlanc
1.
was banned. Yeah, LeBlanc was banned second round. Now there are counters to LeBlanc, so it just. But right now, I would say LeBlanc is very strong. Probably one of the strongest mid lanes in the game, especially now that a lot of these like 80 carry mids have been nerfed a bit, and Merktread's getting nerfed a bit.
Diana.
So this is a good pick into her, actually.
Ooh.
Now this could be like a weird thing where they go like Renekton or Mundo mid and Diana jungle. We'll have to see. But I'm guessing it's going to be Diana mid. Diana can kind of stonewall LeBlanc, but LeBlanc's greatest strength isn't like, I mean, she's strong in the 1v1, but her greatest strength is she's one of the best gank setup champs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if Sejuani's ever there and Diana's like past the middle of the lane, she can just W onto her, hit her with a chain, and it's kind of curtains. But Diana does have the ability to short trade against LeBlanc pretty well. There are quite a few setups you can go. I was playing a bit of Diana not too long ago. You can go the electrocute setup, or you can go with this like phase rush setup with like bone plating, second, and shield bash. And you're just kind of tanky, or like second wind. You're just kind of tanky, and you hit someone with like a full, like a little burst trade, and then you phase rush away. And it's kind of like this really annoying, like uninteractive trade pattern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see. But yeah, it's interesting. They mix it up. Mundo isn't quite the jungler I had in mind when I was talking about like being a little bit more proactive. But we get to see the reverse now of the top matchup. We're gonna see if the European top can play Camille on 180 ping and pop off, right? But now he's in the losing matchup, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, you know whose faith has not been disturbed by that is Rescued, who just dropped 15K on, yes, you guessed it, I believe, D4G. Also, by the way, the casino doors are open. You can predict, you can bet those schmeckles that you either just won or lost If you just lost, now's your opportunity to win it back. And if you just won, you're flush with cash. What do you care? Double it, triple it. Maybe contribute a little bit to that bail that is slowly being worked on here. Loki donating another 2,000 schmeckles. Rescued, of course, as well. Listen, 15K on the bet, 250 to help out with bail. I'm sure there will be more to come.
15K well spent, my man. That ain't gambling. That is free money.
The confidence.
That's girl math right there.
True dat. Casino time indeed, King. Casino time indeed.
I do love the trash talk. Yeah, of course. Free money. Oh, I see what he's saying. I was just interpreting as free as in points.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's look at the comps while we have some time. Again, left side, the Diamond 4 gamers, very like meta-ish comp. This is something you could tune in to any of the pro leagues and you would see, right? On the side, on the just saw they have, now they don't have like straight winning matchups everywhere anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the last game they just kind of had like winning lanes in every single lane. Camille should fall behind versus Renekton, and Diana can lane versus LeBlanc. I would say it's like probably LeBlanc favorite if LeBlanc's super good, but if Diana can like kind of play the lane, she can do well. But I'll say the difference now is when you sub in this Diana for your Lucian, or you just lack an 80 carry, you don't have good consistent damage, right? That could be difficult to kill Sejuani, Camille in the late game. We'll have to see. Again, it's not like, but I guess I could say the same about the other team, right? It's gonna be really hard to kill this Mundo if he gets going.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a ton of tank killing. Now, Camille, obviously, with her like true damage is very strong. But Mundo is kind of a monster, especially if he gets going. Ban for ban time. The logo is fire, it is.
It is indeed. Little robot man, what's up? Swinging with a little Chance Likes Toes. Never fails to miss a stream and highlight a message as well. Yeah,
well, Chance Likes Toes gets the people going.
For some reason it does.
Yeah, they're trying to talk about my fetish. I'm just saying. A lot of people are obsessed with you and toe licking,
dude.
That's not even on you. That's on them.
It is fully on them. Fully on.
That's projecting.
It is. Listen,
maybe they all like to lick toes and you don't. Have they ever thought about that?
I think they should. I think they should try thinking about it. Listen, the architect of all of this is someone you don't know. The player, someone you don't know. The admin, someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Made the whole thing, and just I don't know why it just worked. Alliteration.
Also, we don't kink shame in the low budget LCS.
No, we don't. Very supportive community.
If you want to lick toes,
go for it.
Go ahead.
No judgment, as long as everyone's having fun.
Treat your queen or your king well. That's all I'm gonna say. Telling us to think about licking toes is toe licking behavior. No, that can't be true.
Thanks, puppy. King saying gotta make it worth for someone, and the Tigers are just elite. I'm loving the support on both sides. Both teams have fans out here.
I love the fans. I love some good banter.
Yes, indeed. When was the last time anyone saw the chance not licking toes? Listen, we just had there was a bachelor party for one of the admins that actually a number of the founders were there for. So, I mean, that counts. But maybe I'm making that up. Maybe that never happened.
Maybe they were licking toes at the bachelor party.
Maybe they were licking toes at the bachelor party. No, the bachelor party was non-stop board games, Magic the Gathering, murder mysteries, your normal bachelor stuff.
Just a party.
Just a bunch of adult men in their 30s who have an undying passion for games.
Love that.
Yeah, right? No, I play a Xenagos God of Revels deck. I have many commander decks, but listen, that's aside the point because we have a level 1 invade as Sung Soul walking in, getting that Braum passive on Scars to Success. Smart flash over the wall. That's what the summoner spell is there for. You might as well use it.
Are you at 50? 1, 2, 3.
I'm at 54, 55, 56, 57.
Perfect.
Excellent. Puppy, I don't know why it stopped you from saying that, but yes, Xenagos. It's great. It's all good fun. I have a Xenagos deck. I have Jalira, Masty Polymorphist as a deck. I have Kyler, Tribal Humans. I have Willet, Tribal Zombies. And then I have Queen Marchesa as a Politics deck.
I've never played Commander. I've played a lot of
blast.
Limited in Draft.
Sure.
And my friend who got me into Magic, I would say, is very into cubing. So I play a lot of cube.
That's fun. I just made a new friend recently who is very into cubes. And
Those are the big Magic nerds, the cubers.
dude, it's a different breed, man. It's like you know, what Warhammer 40K is to just like pretty much any other war game. Commander's of
Yeah.
Hanging, I sympathize and you know, agree. But there's always going to be power gamers out there, right? Certainly, it makes it hard to roll up to a shop and have a conversation about how strong people's decks are. Wide Penguin going to go in. Three stacks on the Braum passive under the turret. Wide Penguin with the flash. They get taken down. First blood going to Ezreal. JD4NG feeling pretty good about that.
White Penguin kind of got
Loki, let's talk
like
later.
creep blocked there, if you saw, and got like kind of moved into the turret a little bit. Don't know if that was intentional or not. It was interesting. And yeah, just going for like a pretty risky trade, I would say. Very close to the turret.
Yeah, it's pretty risky. Almost as risky as oh, hold on a second. Scars to Success.
No flash.
No flash. There we go, though. Leona showing back up. Wide Penguin coming back in. Auto attacks from Scars. And engage in the mid lane. Sejuani coming around. Monarch. Oh, look at that. Getting onto Diana right here. One more for the passive, trying to feed the kill over, and they've done it. The Hero of Ages. And then at the top lane, Renekton forced to flee Ignite. Not going to do the job in the end. Now,
so the big difference in this top lane matchup is Camille opted for the Ignite. And I'll say Superman just seems to have the number. He's winning this matchup on the reverse, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
This is why they imported him from Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Their import slot doing work.
Yes. Everyone, of course, is familiar with the import slot rules in the low-budget LCS. It's very codified and real.
Exactly. I also, maybe Hop just thought he was dead, but I'm shocked he didn't just flash out. He like kind of had a nice juke and maybe could have just flashed. But LeBlanc getting the kill as well. Very big. This matchup, again, Diana can play it. It's not like it's a decent pick in LeBlanc, but if LeBlanc gets ahead,
yeah,
very difficult.
Speaking of LeBlanc,
so look at that's the trade back I'm talking about right there,
yeah.
right?
No, absolutely, exactly as advertised. Superman chasing down Renekton, gonna pull off probably the smart move. I would have died to try and kill them, but you know, I'm in silver, so
all his cooldowns were down, but yeah, I don't know, like. I mean, this is just the European diff, I guess. Winning the matchup on both sides is very good. And Camille getting ahead in this game is really nice for the side of the D4 gamers. Now, the Tigers, obviously, it's only a couple kills. It can be...
Oh, I never switched the logos around.
Oh.
I'm doing it right now. Sorry. Keep going. Didn't realize I could do this
The Tigers, obviously, can... you know, they have a lot of playmaking at 6, right? They have Leona ult, Ziggs, Diana. So we'll have to see if they can make some good plays around the map. And Mundo is getting very farmed, right? He is going to, kind of similar to Shyvana, not really useful early game, but scales up and becomes a menace.
Okay, all fixed.
Dude per team until they get a green card, yes. Same as our parent company, the NALCS.
Yes. The, you know, it's more of a, like, bastard child in Game of Thrones situation. They would never acknowledge us. And, of course, that's for various succession wars that would be fought over if we were, you know, acknowledged by the guys upstairs. Hero of Ages going in again. We're still looking for that trade pattern and a potential gank. Some interesting sandwiching up here. Both junglers up in the top side, maybe not aware of each other. That's going to be Mundo walking up. Renekton going quite low. Can Superman 2v1 themselves out of this? They will go for the ult and try and get the kill off. It's going low, but they're going to fall in the end. Nice kill picked up, but all of those grubs, I believe, are going to go over to the side of Diamond 4 Gamers.
Good on Kevin Tian for bailing his jungler out. He has the 6 advantage here, so he was able to walk up, use his ult.
And he will get one, which is good.
He gets one, which is nice, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Look at this. The collapse hop going to flash away. Actually,
okay, nice flash.
Yeah, really good.
Able to get out.
The re-engage. Exhaust to the ult. Leona's going to go in because Mundo's flanking around a flash away. They will fall in the end. Sung Soul, can he make it out? That's going to be a flash on top of him. He's going to go down. Kevin choosing not to cut them off. There's a lot of mobility on that LeBlanc. Diana's got to be so careful. Very poppable. Hero of Ages just gets that level. Planning the attack. Something's going to go down here. That's the flash forward. That's the combo. Hop gets a little bit of a shield, but will get taken down. LeBlanc knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, LeBlanc burst very strong. I mean, maybe Hop just didn't want to lose the wave, but very hard to stay there and gets punished for it accordingly.
Yes, indeed.
Ziggs getting into ult off to try to get a wave shove, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted Leona to do last game. Ziggs, maybe they're listening, you know, but Ziggs can basically 2v1 the lane, right? Like, Leona needs to be there in case there's a dive, but for most of the time, Ziggs just, like, permanently wave clears, right? That, like, look at, he kills the wave before Ezreal kills the wave. And he's 2v1. So, Leona can really use this to try to impact the map. I think she needs to try her best.
Here we go. Fight popping off. It's going to be a 2v1. Nice.
That was the phase rush diff there, if you saw. Props to phase rush, able to get out of the way. Really nice.
Yeah, I mean, if that ult connects, probably a dead Diana.
Yeah, for sure. No flash. But look at... LeBlanc is up a lot in this lane.
Yes.
And it seems like Diana's able to just trade back pretty evenly.
Totally. So, too, is Camille. We got leads on...
Oh, Camille is very, very far ahead. Yeah, I mean, this is a great debut for Diamond 4 Gamers. They get to show off the you know, their top laner, gonna make a name for themselves.
Absolutely. Hero of Ages just picking up that CS. We've got Mundo and Sejuani on the top side of the map, but I don't know if Guangdong Tigers can win the 2v2 right now. Mundo is obviously strong. The question is, does their strength... And you know what? Let's tab over to gold. Let's see how much money... I mean, Mundo's got the most money out of the 4 of them, for sure, on the top side, both top laners and junglers. But I don't know if it's enough to overcome the difference.
Mundo has a lot of gold. Actually, is about even with LeBlanc, which is pretty insane. But Mundo really needs to get his items. He's still pretty squishy. Mundo ult isn't super effective until later in the game. So it's going to be really on Sejuani here to make as many plays while Mundo's scaling up.
Absolutely. Superman sees an opportunity but does back out. Must have just seen him over the lip of the wall right there.
Yeah,
right
smart.
In the mid lane.
Mundo had to come in again to hover to get the wave in. unfortunately, when you're behind, especially in a long lane, like top lane, you're very vulnerable if you're pushing in a wave like that. If you see, that's where Camille is getting most of her advantage, is she keeps like trying to short trade and zone this Renekton off the CS while the wave's pushing into her. So definitely requires jungle. It's good on Mundo for being top there to stop it, or to have her. That's a big difference between like competitive jungling and solo queue, right? In solo queue, you can basically just play for yourself. But competitive jungling, you have to make sure you're at the right time, and Mundo did a great job. Timed his clear with the wave crash. Really well done.
2v2, 3v2. Leona goes in onto the Braum right here. Scars to success, going to take a little bit of damage. The ult goes down from Ziggs. That's the Braum falling. Ezreal ult going through, only connecting onto the Mundo. Hero of Age is coming. Teleport too. Wide Penguin maybe going a little bit too far. LeBlanc shows up, gets that kill. Kevin frontlining here on this Mundo. There's some CC landing onto the Diana. Hop can't dive in because they're within tower range right there, and we just see the damage that LeBlanc has been gaining over the course of this game. They might go for a kill. Just get one spell off. And that's going to be a 1-for-0 right there. Oh, wait, no. 1-for-1. Don't even listen to me. Top lane! There's a 1v1 happening. Renekton ult Superman doesn't have the mana to fight this guy right now. He's gonna probably try to get over the wall. Was that the Q? They're going for the heal. No, they're not. They're just gonna run. I get it. There it is. There's the dash over the wall. They're gonna start.
Renekton able to use the ult to deter an all-in. Superman also being low on mana, but you see the pings.
Sticking around, absolutely. Renekton thinks they can pull this off. They look just tasty enough. Renekton knows they have to just go forward to maybe get the kill if they can, but the Camille ult used to dodge them for just a little bit of time. That's all they needed, and now these grubs are gonna be going to them.
Yeah. Renekton realized he's dead, so just tried to go for the trade. Braum had the good exhaust. And yeah, but again, this 40 CS lead in the top lane is building. But we have like a 50 CS lead in the jungle, right? So that's where the kind of the gold parity is at. Mundo 3-0.
Yeah.
Very strong. So
Very
we'll have
strong.
to see if he can run this game over. If I'm playing Mundo, I'm definitely a little bit sad if this Camille walks up and like hits me for 500 true damage, but maybe it's enough, right? Oh, Camille is very strong now. Renekton is super far off his item, and Camille might just dive him. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if he
they're
will.
thinking about it.
He's pinging it.
Okay. Diving in.
Nice.
Gonna go to clear this wave right here, try and get some aggro. But yeah, I mean, look at how much that Q did. Monarch showing up as well. Great coordination from Diamond 4 Gamers here. Monarch gonna wheel around to the side. They're gonna show us mid lane, cutting back to top. All right, let's see how this dive goes. Saw, does he have the ult? No, he doesn't. Not at this moment. Doesn't just have time to press the button. It's just a 3v1. Wait, I do think he got the ult off. He got that kill right there. Hold on, the tides are turning. That's a stun, but he's still gonna live through it all. Renekton showing that he is behind, but he is not out as the rest of the team shows up. Ult connecting there onto Monarch, who they are now going to try and chase down, but LeBlanc's going to show up as well. Renekton may have pressed too far, and that's why Penguin coming across, but she's a little bit low. That's going to be Ezreal ult coming too. It's going to clip the Diana. Ziggs is here. Everyone showing up into the top lane. That's another person falling. A 3-for-1. It's 7-7. It's now. Look at this. Ezreal finding themselves against Mundo, who's going to try and dive him under the tower. Can he tank it all? That's the question. I don't think he can. Ezreal! Oh, unexpected wins on these dives all across the map.
Well, I was gonna say,
what happened,
really good job from the side of the Tigers, but Kevin decided to give him some gold back because he felt bad for the dive, I guess.
Yeah.
So what I think happened is you see Camille was like spam pinging top to dive. I think Camille's like, we need to dive him. He has no ult on this wave, and it just was delayed enough. Like the ult had just come up there.
Yeah.
So Renekton able to get the ult off, able to survive, getting the shutdown trade back on a Camille, which is huge for him because he gets some items now. Now again, he's still pretty weak, but it's definitely good. Oh,
White Penguin probably getting picked here. Scars to Success is showing up. Gonna use one ability. Let's see. They're gonna get to tower, but there's just not enough time. There's too much lockdown.
Yeah, LeBlanc, pretty hard to get away from her, and Camille with the true damage can get through Leona's defenses. And then yeah, just a good good collapse from that earlier play from the side. We are at a completely even gold lead here, by the way.
Crazy. 15 minutes in. This is not game 1, right? But by this time, we had already seen Diamond 4 gamers, who have still been having a very dominating game. But we had seen them in the lead, and when Guangdong Tigers had a swing back in game 1, they halted their progression. They clawed back a little bit, but it was never back to even. But now you've got to.
One thing I'll say, like, you know, top lane is similar in terms of like the lead that happened last game, but a difference now is mid lane. Now, obviously, LeBlanc is able to get far ahead.
Oh, great flash! What an escape!
Obviously, LeBlanc is still far ahead, but this Diana is not useless, right? I think the issue with Lucian last game is he fell too far behind and he wasn't able to contribute. Diana is a threat. And Ziggs has been just eating waves, towers on the bot side, getting ahead. Very, it's a very...
That Rift Herald downtown.
Oh, yeah.
It to mid
he's
lane.
going to try to get two... Yeah, he's going to try to get 2 crashes out of it, which is smart.
Hell yeah.
Diana's going to try to kill it before.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very clean.
But like I said, this Diana is a threat. And... Mundo is strong too. I mean, Mundo is like almost a bit more than double of Sejuani's farm. If you look, it's a lot. Mundo is the highest farm in the game.
Wide
He's
Penguin
an absolute monster.
in some trouble again, down to half health. Sung Sol walking up to Ezreal ult. Yeah, I mean they're gonna make them waste some time, but they are gonna die.
I think Wide Penguin needs to link up with Mundo and try to ward with Mundo because. They're just not tanky enough, right? They keep getting caught out, and the enemy team just has enough damage to kill her. Like, if you're a tanky Leona and you're ahead, that you probably can do that and you're fine. But currently, both the Soul Laners can do a lot of damage to this Leona. That can be rectified again by linking up with your jungler, making sure you're getting you're going in together, because Mundo can probably deter a lot of these all-ins. I'm interested to see. Now, the difference of this game is there's 5 grubs on the side of the Diamond 4 gamers and 1 right on the side of the Tigers. But the Tigers have the 2 of the drags, or the first 2 drags. So we can see, and it's a Hex Tech Soul, which is the best Soul probably. So the fact that, you know, if they get the next dragon, they put a timer on this game.
Doing a good job of dodging as much as they can, but that's a lot of damage. Hold on, teleport coming down here. They do catch Superman. There's the interrupter we talked about in game 1. Camille gets taken out. All right, 1 for 1. Ziggs for Camille. Let's see, dragon fight.
I'd say that's a pretty even trade going into this next fight.
Leona gonna go right in right there. Passive's gonna proc on them as well. Braum ult goes down. Diana goes in, gets an ult off flash away from Leona. They are gonna live, maybe attempt to re-engage. Monarch looking about a third health here as Diana presses forward. Anti-hero evages a flash away from Ezreal. Look at that, Wide Penguin comes back in and helps facilitate that next kill. Sung Sol, maybe a flash. It's gonna be a jump over the wall. Nice teamwork.
So just 1 kill, just gets the jungler, but that gives them the soul point.
Holy shit.
Chance. That's huge,
yes.
right? That puts them on soul point, and it's really, this is where they're very strong in the mid game, right? This Mundo is pretty hard to kill, and Renekton went for like a tankier build. Superman last game went first item Eclipse, which is better in the 1v1 for sure, but this Starbreaker is better in like maybe a skirmish or a team fight. There's definitely a chance for the Tigers to bring us to a game 3, and we see Diana. There's a few items she could be going for. She could risk it and go full damage, but most of the time they'll go Hourglass seconds. They can play as another form of engage. The other thing I'd like to highlight is, again, this LeBlanc is very strong.
Yes.
She finds anyone out, she'll just kill them. But yeah, we're getting into we're pretty much at parity. Not a completely even gold lead, but only 400-ish difference.
And I mean, you think about the dragon stats, count for something. Ooh.
Exactly.
Saw maybe in a little bit of trouble right here. Mundo is gonna come up, but just so much damage. Wide Penguin's here too. That's a pick. Clean and simple.
Yeah, no ult on Renekton. Just gets absolutely one shot. Like, didn't even probably need Sejuani, right? Just LeBlanc will just kill him.
I mean, exactly what you were just saying. She's got the damage. She's dangerous. But can she kill this Mundo? I'm not going to find out right now.
Mundo doesn't have a lot of MR right now, so maybe she could definitely kill him in like, but it's probably not worth the time or the effort. We'll have to see though. I think if Mundo is able to get a little bit of magic resist for the next fight, he'll just be kind of a monster.
Absolutely.
Scars the chain.
Oh, barely gets out of that. Probably feeling very good.
Yeah. Well played. Ziggs
Wide
has been doing a good job.
Getting dove in on right here. Renekton's going to come down too. Hop, it's a 3v3. Ezreal ult's going to miss. Teleport's coming in here. Wide Penguin to go quite low. Going to miss that CC. Renekton's got the ult off, and the Leona ult does come down. There's the Ziggs ult hitting onto 2 targets as Camille ulted to dodge the damage right there. Scars of Success gets dove on by the Camille, but then gets killed. Hero of Ages going for Scars of Success, a flash away. The Ziggs lives on the backline as Diana now turns to face the threat of this LeBlanc, who turns once again. Oh my god, I really thought she was going to get the kill, but she does not. Ziggs lives. And look at this, Guangdong Tigers, 3 for maybe 4 for 1. That's a 4 for 1 right there on the
They can go for the Baron.
They
I wonder
absolutely
if
can
that
do
will
the
TP
Baron.
to the Baron. Baron does a ton of Baron damage. Maybe they opt not to because they know there's a TP on Camille. That was a strange fight, LeChance. When I'm watching it, Diana just kind of was sitting out of the fight, letting Leona and Renekton bang with them. I thought she'd jump in for the ult, but I guess she was waiting for... I'll be honest, her ult wasn't great. She I don't know what she was waiting for, but maybe the call was just to hold off. So I thought it was going to go the way of Diamond 4 Gamers, because I was like, oh, without this Diana ult, how are they going to win? But no, they come in, they clean it up, and LeBlanc went for the assassination attempt on Ziggs and unable to get it, and Ziggs got that shutdown.
Yeah.
Which was huge. So Ziggs, look at Ziggs.
Yeah.
Same item parity as LeBlanc.
Totally. Let's look at gold. Yeah. Look at that. More gold
Ziggs
than
is
LeBlanc.
Ziggs and Mundo have more gold than anyone on the side of Diamond 4 Gamers.
They're massive.
And it's just looking really good for the Tigers. They've done a way better job this game of mitigating their losses, I would say. But also,
Totally.
I feel like it's just a lot harder for them to team fight.
Oh, Renekton in
on
a
the
little bit of
side of
trouble right
Diamond 4
here.
Gamers.
There's a slice and dice. Does dodge. Let's see. Is that enough? He's going to drop the ult. Maybe he can get the heal off from the Q, but a teleport coming through. He's buying enough time that his team is thinking about coming in here. That's Mundo showing up. That's Diana showing up, drawing a TP as well. Hop has to find a target. Not sure where to go. They go for Hero of Ages. Ezreal ult is going to miss. Ziggs ult only going to attack on 2 targets. As a flash forward from Mundo. Going to try and find somebody. Hero of Ages is taken out of the fight, trading Renekton now 1v1, or sorry, 1-4-1. That's a double kill for Diana, and Guangdong Tigers are making a real show of their force here as they win the fight in the top lane.
Yeah, Renekton able with the ult to buy a little bit more time, and good collapse. Okay, this Baron is really big, okay, because the Dragon's coming up as well. They can Baron, reset, and they have the portals. They can run straight to the drag and play for the soul. That's one reason why you see Sejuani is not trying to flip a steal, because it's not worth it. But it's well done. Yeah, we'll have to see. Oh, okay, Mundo getting the Spirit Visage. Gonna be pretty impossible to kill until like later, way later in the game. Maybe even never, right? It depends.
Before this next fight, can I just say, I think that Wide Penguin is doing a great job. A lot of deaths, but they are playing this really, really well, and I'm constantly seeing them do incredible things, even with super low health, and just playing right on the edge of death a lot of the time. Here we go. The
Wide Penguin definitely been getting abused going for the vision, but I agree. Playing these team fights super well, and also, you know, having a lot of deaths, like going for vision is one thing, but also being at every play. Wide Penguin is at every play and has been there to make the plays, which has been great. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But I think there's this is favored for the side of the obviously they reclaim the gold lead. First time all game they've had the lead now on the side of the Tigers.
Hero of Ages though, they're looking for it. Will they? They're on that blast cone. They're thinking about it. That's only Sejuani going over the wall right there. Hero of the Ages comes around the corner right there. Ezreal ult going through. Hop is going to go golden. Buy themselves a little bit of time. Who's going to get it? Red team is going to get it. That is going to be Soul for the Guangdong Tigers. as they pull off, and Hextech Soul is theirs.
I mean, it's obviously it's not over, and the gold lead. Oh,
Superman's
nice.
gonna get interrupted. This might be a pick right here. There it is. That's gonna be Renekton falling, but a 1-for-1. Now they do lose a Baron buff on somebody, but they've been taking.
They get more gold on the Ziggs, which is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big thing is, yeah, now they have the soul, and the soul on Ziggs especially. I mean, look at this. The slow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's deadly.
The slow on Ziggs is so strong.
Top is feeling pretty strong, but Sung Soul, this 2v1, I don't know if Diana can do the 2v1, but what about a 2v2 with a CC bot of their own?
Diana might have enough damage now to actually just kill LeBlanc if they go in on each other. It might be just like whoever gets their damage off first. But yeah, it's looking really good for the side of the Tigers. They've done a great job again. Their like counter plays, we got a little preview of this in game 1, and this is one win condition you spoke of. They did a good job of punching back, but the lead was just too big. This game, not really that big of a lead on as a team lead. It was more on some champs, and they were able to like really collapse and have some good counter plays, and now they're ahead. And Ziggs with this soul is very hard to deal with.
Sure. Absolutely. Superman over the wall does have the level advantage, but that's not going to stop Renekton from going forward, taking a big pop of damage on that Q, and Monarch coming to really make sure things fall in their favor. It's going to be a 2v1, maybe a 2v2. Hold on, Mundo coming up from the bottom of the screen. That's a big shield. Going to buy him a little bit of time. Diana coming here as well. Maybe this is a trap as Renekton lives longer than they thought they would, and everyone's going to dive in right there. A 2-for-1. Maybe they're going to catch Braum right here, who will drop a nice nasty ult, but look at the damage coming through, or sorry, the bomb coming through that pops him into all the damage of the Guangdong Tigers. They take him out, they take the tower out, and I don't think that Ezreal can really stop this push right here.
No, I agree. I think it's looking over. One thing I want to give Sasaki's his
It's a hard one to say. It trips me up every time I look at it.
Yeah, is when you're playing in solo queue, I'm sure we've had this where one of our laners falls behind, and then they're like, well, I'm just gonna build full damage and then continue to be useless. Obviously did not have a great laning phase.
Hop, hold on, using an ability, has to dive into Hero of the Ages. This is the 1v1 we talked about. Nice. A good dash away. Diana making the decision, saying they can't get it. Ezreal ult does connect, and great communication from Diamond 4 Gamers. That was beautiful right there. Oh my god. The quarterback and the receiver. That was perfect.
Well done. That's a lot of gold. 700 gold shutdown. LeBlanc can carry this game, right? It's still not out of the... Like, I'm giving the Tigers their praise, but LeBlanc could still do a lot of work, right? She's very strong. She's got the Void Staff. She's not weak. But as I was saying, Renekton opted to just go for like a really tanky build and just be frontline.
Yeah. And
now we're seeing it. They're trying to pick on him in the side lane. He has the stare because he has his ult. He's able to survive for quite a while and lets the collapse come in. And this Camille, although the lane like had an astronomical lead in lane, right? Like a 50 CS lead roughly. Not able to do much, right? And that's that again is on the Tigers being very good at the collapse, being where they need to be. Going back to Wide Penguin, maybe not needing to be where he needs to be for the vision, but he is always at the fight, right? He's always where he needs to be.
We're getting a Saw-Saggy special right here. This is a trap, folks, as Hop is going to come around. Ult does not connect. Hold on, that might be it. They're going to dive in. LeBlanc, the clone, going to get popped, going to try to escape, but the Ziggs ult just not on point. Tricked me. Beautiful. They do still get the kill. That was nice.
That's technically the Ziggs ult hitting, you know, when you think about it, because he has to dodge back into them.
Totally.
So it got the job done. I feel Hop's pain. I've done this on Diana many a times where you go for like, you're trying to like buffer all your abilities in the right order and go for a really quick play.
Ooh, speaking for
and then what ends up happening is you just ult. Oh, big catch.
Yeah,
and that's before Baron. That's before Baron. Like, they just get to walk to the Baron. Yeah, it's looking really doomed for the side of the D4 Gamers. This, again, it's just hard to really put into gold value, like the power of the soul, but this soul is so strong, especially with their comp. Another thing LeChance is, although they got the 5 grubs, they haven't really been able to use it, right? They got 1 tier 2 so far, and the side laning, they're not able to really get Camille going in a side lane. Part of that, I think, is because, you know, I think Camille could definitely match the Renekton in the pure 1v1, but I think part of it is also that they're getting like collapsed on, and their comp isn't as good at like forcing the issue when to try to pull people away from Camille, right? And that could be maybe like a comp thing. It could be a player issue where they're not executing. But regardless, they're not able to, give Camille the breathing room to abuse the grub advantage they have. And I'd say if they're gonna go for the Elder.
Yeah, they are, and I like this is the exact same timing Baron to Dragon as the last Baron to Dragon, but they're gonna set a trap. Oh, LeBlanc may have spotted them out. Let's see if anyone gets caught by this. That's Kevin. He's gonna walk up. Ezreal
So they blue trinketed the Elder, so they know they're not on it. So they're like, okay, we can blue trinket the Elder. This is when definitely Tigers. Yeah, the Tigers need to be a little bit cautious. Because this can be what the game turns around.
Yes, indeed. Hero of Ages over the wall. They're going to engage onto Superman right here. Leonel not going to connect. Brom's going to hit 3 people. Ezreal ult hits 4 right there. They're controlling that choke point. Hop's going to find Hero of the Ages. Has got a level advantage. But look at that! In the top side of the map! LeBlanc's winning that 1v1! Don't know if they know it yet. Down here into the bottom side of the map, Monarch. Maybe the next one they'd say, fine, we lost our assassin. We're going to take out everybody else that we can. Wait.
They just cannot kill this.
Wait, how the fuck did Diana live?
Diana hourglass, it looks like, and then they just had to like handshake go away.
I saw her hourglass, but I'm just surprised that she was able to get that far away. That's wild.
So that was well done by Hop. I thought without Hop there they would be in trouble, but they realized that they don't really need him there.
Hero of Ages gonna go in Ezreal ult coming across the bow down to 2,000. Will someone steal it with a rogue ability? They're gonna get the kill on Leona, but Ezreal, or sorry,
in the
Elder.
mix.
Whoa, Diana just pushing.
Okay, just leave. Nice. Yeah, Hop actually had a better idea than I did. He marked LeBlanc and he goes, okay, even if I trade my life, I keep LeBlanc out of the fight, there's no way we can lose, and he was right. Even Superman had like a really good buffer on the Leonel with his E, but it just didn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, Mundo going for the tech. The Overlord's Blood Mail. Because Mundo has so much health, he can get so much AD. He also gets a lot of AD from his E. We could see, so he has 450 AD right now, but when he gets this lower, he can get like probably another 100 or so, which is pretty crazy.
Hot.
But they have Ziggs with the Elder. Now here's the thing, Ziggs never reset, so he is half health, right? If LeBlanc finds an angle, LeBlanc can find angle.
Speaking of, looking forward, they're going to go in right there, but it's a trap. Monarch connects with the ult. That was a good try from Hero of Ages. You had to go for it.
She tried, yeah. Tried to go for the quick kill.
I mean, this game, the fight's gonna pop off as Hop goes in, but they're actually going quite low, and they've already used Hourglass. That's them getting taken out, even with Elder, but Mundo popping that ult big. Leona walking forward, there we go. The sounds of Elder Dragon ravaging the team, echoing through the rift right here. Hard to imagine they stop this push right now.
Hero of Ages had to go for that play. You got the Elder and the Soul, like you're not stopping this push. Try to go for the Ziggs, like I said, Ziggs being half health, but yeah. Wow, we get to go to a game 3. We got a series. I'm happy. I was a bit worried after game 1 because I felt like D4 Gamers just played like a really solid game. But yeah, Tigers able to make some adjustments, and on top of draft, there's just playstyle adjustments too, where you're like, oh, okay, they seem to go for a lot of these plays on the side, so let's make sure that we're like aware of that in TPN.
I just had to watch how this played out. Sorry, just looking at Hop survive. Yeah, actually, maybe one auto was... let's slow it down. Let's see what goes on over here. Dives in. They both kind of miss each other. Fucking crazy damage comes through. Oh, come on. All right. Goes golden. I just want to see if this auto attack from LeBlanc connects. gets a little bit of a shield here. Or do they auto-attack the Elder? Not that auto...
I think she gets Trojan horsed by the Elder. Watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Cute.
Cool as hell. All right. That's game 2 going to Guangdong Tigers. We do have a series on our hands. This is great.
Yeah. Really, really well done. This Mundo pick ended up being solid, right? And then it just kind of running the game. Like, I think Ziggs, we can give him credit, but he actually wasn't able to get off like a ton of damage this game, the Ziggs. He did get very strong and he was a threat, but Mundo just doing what he pleases, right?
Truly, I wish that we could see the... Oh, we can see him. All right, great. Yeah, I mean, wow. Even with the win, just so much damage, very comparable damage, so much damage coming out from Diamond 4 Gamers. But we are going to game 3. Very excited to see. All right, so Happy Dream, same question. What needs to be done here? We've seen a win from both sides, right? We're pushed to game 3. It's either win or go home. The most complicated way to get to a best of 1. We've done it. We're here. What do you think on the report card for both of these teams is something they need to bring into this game 3?
I would say for the side of D4 Gamers, or Diamond 4 Gamers, they probably don't need to change much. I feel like they played pretty well. They just need to be careful of overreaching when enemy has teleports, and making sure that if they're going for plays, they're not like they know where like support or jungle is, right? It seems like a lot of the way that the Tigers got back in the game was just a little bit of overreaching, but I felt like they did kind of similar thing they did last game, where they got a lead in their soul lanes and they pushed it. And then on the side of the Tigers, I feel like they have this identity where they like to have the Ziggs bot. Maybe that could be a ban, but they like to have this Ziggs Leona combo. But they definitely are kind of getting a bit outplayed in the soul lanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin had a way better game in jungle. He got really far ahead, basically on his own, which was awesome. But they need to find an answer for the Camille, or not the Camille, but the top lane matchup especially, but even the mid lane matchup. Maybe they can find some sort of just neutralizing matchup top, where they can just pick something that it doesn't matter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I was definitely worried with seeing how far ahead this Camille got, even early in that Renekton Camille matchup. I think Hop did a way better job this game of being relevant, and I think the Diana was a decent pick into this LeBlanc. But I hope they can find something. Now, Diamond 4 Gamers might take red side again, which will make this a bit harder, right? If they take the red side, they're not going to be guaranteed a counter pick, and if they end up picking a tank top or picking trying to pick a neutralizer, that does open a lot of counter picks. The biggest thing that holds tanks back in this game is sometimes there's just certain lanes that are like unplayable, right? Certain champs that counter them. So it's better if you can counter pick with your tank into a decent matchup. We'll see. I'm really excited to see the adjustments. I don't know if they'll get rid of the Ziggs. It's one of those things where it's like, how relevant was the Ziggs? You look at the damage charts, most of the damage was actually coming from the Mundo and the Renekton. But Ziggs was kind of moving around the map, slurping up the turrets like as he does. And he just has this like unavoidable damage, right? With his ult, throwing his E, he just throws all his AoE. The Diana is my goat, my heart, my love. Let's go Hop. A lot of Hop fans in the chat. Hopefully he can channel your energy. This guy says Kevin Tian needs to retire. Oh no. Is he an older gamer? So LeChance has gone to the washroom, but he is as the Canadians say. But I will be here to help out, or to hold the stream down, I should say. Guangdong Tigers have made me money. Let's effing go. Fucking go. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Whatever. Go gank Diana, solo laner 2v1. Let's go. True. I'm excited to see what the next draft holds for us. Diamond Fork gamers are all in the locker room cooking up the most disgusting war crime draft after that loss. I've been liking their drafting. They just have really solid, you know, meta drafts. They get good matchups too.
Okay, they do have a lobby going.
Perfect.
We're getting those invites. Maybe we need the code for this one. There's always something different with every stream. Invite it again. All right, we'll see if we can. Worst case scenario, if they can't get me into this game, I will spectate them.
You could send me the code since I've been able to get in. Maybe I can just invite you.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll get it working, folks.
A true war crime would be picking LeBlanc again. That champion is piss useless and competitive without a carry jungler. I don't know if I necessarily agree, but the one thing I will say is I see there are people that I've seen that are like analysts that have talked about LeBlanc's leads being kind of fake because she is inherently going to get a lead, but then she can't do as much in the late game. The one thing I think LeBlanc needs to do a bit more that game is side lane. She's a very strong side laner. She can't really be caught, and she can be just super annoying, right?
Sending you invite right now. Oh, wait. Why can't I invite you? Instead, I will send you the code.
You just got to make sure there's room in one of the teams.
Yeah, there is.
There we go.
Works like a dream. In the sense
Happy
that
dream.
dreams are very inconsistent sometimes.
That's true. He's spitting.
All right. We got the draft link up again. Guangdong Tigers. Once again, we've got a side selection shift here. And time for the chance to play BG3. Already played and beaten. Baldur's Gate 3 was a blast. Played once a week with a full group of 4 for like 6 months. It was awesome. Oh! Sorry, this is what Luffy meant. Luffy made a character in BG3 of me and sent me pictures of it. It's great. It's fantastic.
Does it look like you?
It's close, but I mean,
Nice.
you know, you're working off of a video game,
I feel like the character creation in that game is quite good.
It is. Yeah, Larian Studios is fantastic. I'm a big fan of them. All right.
Just waiting on the Diamond 4 Gamers Guangdong draft start. Here we go.
Okay.
So I was looking at their profiles. Monarch Oh, he sent me the picture. What race are you?
I think that's
Oh,
a
a
dwarf.
halfling.
Or a halfling? Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Took some liberties.
So one thing I noticed by looking at the profiles is, and Monarch has, it's also just, you can see their picture of their champ. They have a Briar. Their Briar is one of their most played. I think Briar is kind of awful in competitive, but maybe at our level it can work, if you're not used to it. Just a kind of a telegraph champ. There we go. Adjustment. Ziggs banned. So I'm guessing they're banning Seraphine because of Gar's to Success maybe is also a Seraphine player. So maybe he's an AP bot savant, which is cool. Is Aurora enabled for week 1 or disabled?
Enabled.
So yeah, no Aurora, which is interesting to me. Now she did get hotfix nerfed and nerfed on this current patch, and the pro play we're watching is her before the hotfix changes. But they did buff her back up a little bit, and I think she's quite strong and competitive. We'll have to see. It is a new champ though, and sometimes people don't feel as comfortable playing new champs, right?
Yeah.
It can be kind of hard to
Dude, we saw this Hubbard in game 1. If this is real, I mean, first picking a Draven. Okay.
I do like
They're
this.
messing.
I do. So wait, I think the Draven was hovered by Diamond 4 though, right? Game
Oh,
1.
yeah, you're right.
So,
No.
oh no,
No,
it was hovered by Guangdong.
No, it was
Yeah.
Guangdong.
She's
Yeah.
on vacation and lost.
So they take the Ezreal away now. So they're gonna put oh goodness.
This is best of
Effort.
3s are so interesting because it's like, I mean, fact of the matter is, we don't have. It'd be so hard to get people to schedule best of 5s all the time. It'd be insane. Oh, look at that! Just simple CC in the bot lane.
Yeah. So Diamond 4, I like this. So they're banning they ban the Ziggs.
Yeah, that's
and then
great.
they take the Leona away, right?
Yep.
So they're like, okay, we'll take the Leona. This is what Wide Penguins defaulted to. I also personally just think Leona's probably the best support on the patch.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, I
Wide
gotta-
Penguin was so good on that Leona and played it back to back, right?
Yeah. And again, I think Leona is like the best support on the patch, right? So taking it away, you also can look at them and you're like, hey, maybe they don't play a lot of Braum, so we'll just do it. They pick Rel into it, and then Renekton blind.
Dude, this Renekton, 3 games. 3 games of this Renekton. Not the champ I thought we were gonna see have such a presence on the mini meta of this series, but it's here.
Makes sense.
Asante.
So this is a pretty favored matchup for the side of Renekton. But what I will say is Superman 2008
Yeah.
has basically hard won both sides of the lane the last 2 games. So we'll have to see. Maybe he can just get through lane. And Cassante scales obviously way better than Renekton, right? And he's just a menace. I'm excited to see. The new champ makes Viego really difficult until they get an ARAM. True. We'll see. So they banned the Shyvana, and they might ban the Mundo. They might just say, hey, we're gonna, this guy, yeah, there they go. So a lot of respect on the jungler. It seems whatever he's played, they've banned. The one thing that's just super interesting to me from both teams is they just like have no, or not both teams, but the Tigers have no qualms with just blind picking their top.
Yeah.
Now Renekton is a good blind, but it's just interesting to me because normally teams save their soul lanes. They ban the Syndra. I like that. Oh, Zyra jungle. Okay, nice.
Cool.
So Zyra was, before the last batch of nerfs, which was like a patch or 2 ago, was mega overpowered, disgusting champion. Not as strong. I think Brand is probably takes over, like is better than her, but she's still good. She just doesn't have like the pre 3-minute clear that she used to have. Just the most disgusting there. Oh my goodness, Hecarim coming into the game.
What year is it?
So Hecarim got buffed recently, and he's okay in solo queue.
I love it.
Don't see him in competitive much.
He
is very feast or famine the chance, right?
Totally. This is the first champion I bought in League of Legends.
Nice.
So I just have such
He's
nostalgia.
cool looking. And Ahri.
Nice.
Ahri coming in. A good blind mid, but definitely not as good recently. And I'll say it's because she doesn't like laning into the 80 carry champs. And with the Zyra pick, we could see it. I would definitely love to see maybe a Corki here. Yep, there it is. Corki. Perfect. Again,
lockstep.
Diamond 4 gamers are just they have really good drafting. They draft these like very strong meta compositions, and they have good like the flow of the draft. They're getting good matchups. Now Corki isn't gonna like bully Ahri out early, and Ahri can probably kind of contest and get pushed. But he scales like a monster, and it's not like a matchup he's gonna get punished in too hard. But I'm not really familiar with Rel into Leona. Ashe is a historic counter to Ezreal and just super strong in lane. We'll have to see. I also want to see how good Wide Penguin does off the Leona. One thing about and then again, I also want to see him kind of shore up the like getting maybe too zealous for what was it called? The vision, right? Team fighting, really good. Being at the play is really good. But giving over a lot of gold like that is not great. And then Rel is, I mean, Leona is similar, but Rel has a little bit more leeway for escaping, but still can get kind of caught out. But it's going to be interesting. Leona is way tankier than Rel, and I think it's easier to hit her stuff. But Rel has the potential to land like a massive 5-man, right? Ultimate, like it has way stronger like upside. And then I guess the champ I'm most excited to see is to see how Hecarim does. I am not a fan of Hecarim in comp, but it can work, right?
Totally.
It's just a champ that needs to get ahead. He is a very selfish champ, in my opinion. And I think jungling and comp, it's hard to be super selfish. But we'll see.
Rescued just said, I put all my leftover schmeckles on the line. Rescued, gotta know. Which side did you bet on? You're recovering from a 15,000
let's
schmeckle
go
loss.
D4G.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So I assume it's D4G.
That makes a lot of sense. Good catch there. Yeah, I also am now remembering that they said they were the president of the fan club as well. But listen, it's great. Both fans, both sides of the fence here have gotten a win tonight. Going to be super interesting.
My dream is for my team to do well enough to get a fan club.
Dude, do you want to give a hard pitch on maybe get some fans right here, shout your team out, tell them what to look for, who to root for?
Well, root for me, a happy dream.
That's good. That's a good start.
My team, we're ironing out the cracks, that we have.
This is a good hard sell, dude.
I think our upside is very good. We just need to build our synergy a bit more.
Okay.
But we have the players to do it, and we have fun players to watch. We have high profile players, but I don't want to get our hopes up too high. It's not fair for my team because we're still in the midst of practice and finding I think we're going to ramp up. It won't come out maybe as strong, but I would say by the end of the season, we'll be one of the best teams, and you should definitely... Oh, our team name? I don't know. Our organization is The Broken. I think we're The Broken Household, maybe.
Now,
pending change, maybe.
Is this roster the usual suspects?
No. This is I played on a team in Financial a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago. That's the team I'm playing with. This team I think was the same as the Broken team last year. We're just having a new mid, and the top went to jungle, and they get a new top laner. But I'm
We'll show up and support them,
with
guys.
the homies.
And you know what?
The glue eaters are in my group. Those are my homies.
Those are your homies.
The usual
for sure.
suspects.
Well, let's please keep me in the loop with your guys' games. We'll do our best to get you on stream soon.
Giving a promo and doesn't know the team name. PKLBLCS.
Mr. Elias, we're working on it. We're gonna get a sort of a PR manager for the team. We're gonna sort of run them through media training. And
sorry, I didn't know which Broken. We're the Broken. But I just didn't know which one. I just got, I get signed. I got signed, right? I just signed. I collect the paycheck. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, we'll give you a big shout out. We'll get some fans for you guys. Get out there and support a Happy Dream. Maybe next time you see them on League, shoot them a positive message. That big Broken money, yeah. Well, they've got deep pockets to afford the dream.
That's true. I don't come cheap.
No. You're worth dozens of
fourth
compliments.
I was probably the 4th all-pro mid laner last year. Who knows? It wasn't recorded, but I could have been.
It's possible.
That's a lot of money.
It's true.
Zelius is on that roster too, isn't he? He is on our roster.
Oh my god.
But I don't know if he'll be starting because of his life is busy. But he is currently on our roster, yeah.
That's great. You got some old names.
Paying him to sit on the bench.
That's smart. I'm riding the bench this season
as
well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm on a team called I believe it's called Goblin Doggy Bones. We're an economy team. You've got some fan favorite notable LBLCS celebs, which is mainly Bogleberry Finn, who has also wrapped together, who is it? Plead the Fifth, Versailles, 2 other people. Again, I'm riding the bench. I will say, and this is probably good for them, the only title I have a CEO title, which I absolutely do not deserve, but I got by riding the bench of a CEO team. Never played a single game. They contacted me. They said, hey, do you just want to sit on the bench? We don't even need you to fill out numbers. I said yes, and you know what? I got the same message from Bogleberry Finn. So I think that bodes pretty well for them. Show up, watch those Doggy Bones play. They're weird guys.
I'm excited. What league is that one?
That's economy, folks. Where real League of Legends is played. Where anything can happen. Not like this boring solved math problem. Level 1 invade. Scars to success. Caught sleeping here in the dry bush. That's going to be an E over wall. A flash towards the tower. Will something connect? No, they will not. Honestly, that's the second time. Scars caught by that level 1. Lives with the flash. Happened last game too. What happened?
I can give him some advice. Make sure you're looking at your champion.
That's important.
Because we've been caught out twice now. Also, I think just some advice. You should either ward that bush or you should stand just outside the bush. Because you see how they walked in, they hugged the wall.
Yeah.
Basically, that means he could not see them until they got in the bush with him. He was on his phone, yeah.
Playing Marvel Snap during games. I get it.
I wish I could play Marvel Snap, but I can't afford 2 down payments on a house,
Yeah, that's fair.
Costs too much money. I love the game; it was super fun, but it just costs too much money.
I'm still a free player since the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my go-to. Got 3 minutes. Migo Hearthstone. Yeah, that's a good one too.
I've been playing Hearthstone actually recently. They have a lot of stuff for like returning players, so I was able to get like
it's nice.
a couple meta decks, which was cool. And
Hell
I'm
yeah.
having a lot of fun with it. I like the game. I definitely miss the interaction from games like Magic or like Legends of Runeterra or something. But
Dude, Legends of
anyway,
Runeterra. It's great.
oh yeah, I'm sad that game. That's what happens when you don't monetize your game. But that's like my favorite card game ever. So well done, so well made.
It's awesome. I remember you talking about it, and then like a couple months ago, me and Bigfoot just like started playing it for a little while. It is fantastic. It's a really, really good time. Riot's
For
got
sure,
other
I could go on forever about it. It's a pretty toxic meta right now. I don't actually think the meta is that bad, personally. I don't really lose to the Zilliax decks because I'm a dirty
he's nice
aggro
like
player. I just hold to play aggro and I'm dirty, so I just kill them before they can do anything. Those are the greedy decks. But anyway, I'm at 302. Are you at 303?
304, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, I'm in sync now.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Not much has been going on in this game. I will say, oh god, Renekton, the top laner for the side of the Tigers, doing a lot better in the lane phase.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this is game 3, right? There's a lot of stakes on this game. There's certainly not that much room for error in this game, and I think both teams have experienced what happens when the other team gets ahead. And, you know, the question that was answered last game was, can Guangdong Tigers close out a lead? And the answer was yes, they can close out a lead. So, you know, lots of respect being shown here, giving us plenty of time to talk about Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, other interests. I've been rereading Hunter x Hunter. It's fantastic. Togashi, please release those chapters soon. Yeah.
The anime comes back soon too.
No fucking way. Are you serious?
Yeah, they just announced it. Like,
When?
Maybe
Wait,
not
what?
too long ago. Yeah, there's a trailer. You can go watch it after this.
Oh my god, I absolutely will. Holy
Yeah, anime's coming
shit,
back
dude.
to do the next there's some really cool arcs too that they're gonna do next, so I'm excited.
Dude, are you up to date on the manga?
Pretty much, yeah.
So good. So good.
Oh yeah.
Lachlan, I would pull it up if questionable, if we wouldn't get in trouble.
I get the DMCA, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, up here in
Here
the
we
top
go.
lane, here we go. Both junglers, this is the Hecarim showing off. A kerfuffle, Superman going low, and what game is this? First blood going to Sawsag, as Superman is the one who gets outnumbered and taken down.
Yeah, pretty big. Nice counter kick on the side of the Tigers for Kevin Tian. And the big thing is they're coming up here, helping out the top lane matchup, attacking the laning, I should say, point of power. And here, and able to get first blood onto the Renekton too, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
Huge.
Absolutely massive. And yeah, Hecarim, a little bit in the lead with his farming as well. He's just really making the rounds. Hecarim, the interesting thing about Hecarim is like such an old champ, right? And you just never know who, like, because Hecarim hasn't been like super strong in a while. You never know who does have their 10,000 hours on Hecarim in the background. They just did that practice, you know, 6 years ago.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for the solo kill. The next, yeah, the last time Hecarim was strong was during the meta where people were playing like Turbo Chem Tank. Remember that? I think it was
Oh my
Meteor and
god,
Hecarim.
yes! I do remember that.
So it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember. It all blends together. But that was the last time Hecarim was really overpowered. They moved him away from being able to build tank, where he has to build more AD. But by changing his W, so now his W gives him like a ton of resistances when he activates it. So he's tanky during that.
It's exciting.
But he needs more AD. So usually the build they do is like Spear Sojin, Eclipse, Black Cleaver, like a bruiser build. They just didn't want him to build like full tank and run people over.
Yeah, that's fair. Happy about this. Look at this. Great proactive play here from Diamond 4 Gamers, getting that dragon and the very clean
2021.
handshake.
That's when he said it. Yeah, Hecarim Udyr meta. That was a very unfun meta to play, I will say. I don't like... I will say I don't really like when Hecarim's strong, because I like the champ and he's fun to play, but I just don't like when you play against junglers where it doesn't matter if you ward, you know?
Sure.
Where they can just like run
Zach.
at you from like... Yeah, you can just like... You just ghost and it doesn't matter. Or he just presses ghost from like off screen.
Superman, maybe. Maybe going for the 2v1 right there. But Monarch is here as well. So it's actually going to be a 2v2. If they dive, they will be absolutely
Monarch covering the dive,
plants.
but Hecarim was just coming up to get the wave in. So again, kind of what we talked about. One thing Kevin has done quite well. I would say maybe not in the first game, he didn't get the chance as much, but in the second game on the Mundo, he was very efficient with his pathing while also being able to cover for his
connecting
lanes.
onto Scars, a beautiful E, actually dodging the crystal arrow, and oh my god, Ezreal ult hitting both of them. The fight really just stops there, but that was a great interaction. Good on Ezreal, dodging a lot of important abilities there.
Yeah, great job, and that ended up just being a super, like, it was initiated from the side of D4 Gamers, but ended up being like a big play for the Tigers, right? Because now Ashe is super chunked.
Yeah. Good on Scars also not just like Eing backwards, like putting an angle onto it as well. Whether or not that was on purpose, whatever, it just ended up...
Dodge the arrow, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have mid lane is just doing the farm thing. That's what Corki wants, just to get a little bit of a lead, scale up. Corki,
and
once
Monarch
he gets 2 items.
coming down here, the engage onto Wide Penguin. Nice little bit of disengage right there. Monarch looking very red right now.
So Zyra, they're calling for reset, I assume, because Zyra smited one of the lane creeps. They pinged it out too.
Wide Penguin just gonna go in, stop one of the backs. Okay, top lane. We're gonna get a little bit of a fight up here. Back down to bottom lane. Wide Penguin walking away, continuing to be a nuisance here. Farm pretty even across the board. You know, leads in a couple of lanes here or there, but overall, gold still in favor of the team that got first blood. Superman, that look at Wide Penguin once again. Not even wards in those bushes, folks. Just instinct. Okay. Saw going in. There we go. Arrows going to connect and exhaust coming through here. Scar's success. Oh, misses that. That's going to be pretty big right there, but the ult's going to be dropped. And now Scars finding themselves face to face with the Ashe. No more abilities, but look at the slows coming through. They're not actually not enough space. Ashe might be able to do this. 2v1ing. Walking into the bush. They do have vision, but no. That was close. Ashe really almost turning that. Last bit of mana went to the Q, and it really paid off.
Yeah, if Ashe had any more mana, I think she would definitely feel more confident to walk up with her W.
Oh, there's the Hecarim. Kevin, you dirty dog.
Yeah, he definitely needed to back right away, not respecting the fact that Hecarim could run at him. But yeah, almost able to turn it around. Leona, I think, just thought they had more damage, and you could see flashed in to try to get the stun, but without any mana on Ashe to use the W, she just couldn't get enough damage in.
Yeah.
And for the first time this whole series, the Tigers have a lead in the early game, right?
Yes.
So the Tigers, they were able to close the game out last game, but it was after a comeback, right? And making good decisions to be like at the right play at the right time. But now they have a lead, during the lane phase, which is cool.
Ooh, Saw's got to be careful. Although friends are in the neighborhood, it's going to be a 2v3. There's going to be the Zyra ult, jungle v jungle, but then a 2v1 over here on the left-hand side. Superman flashing towards that tower, dashing, diving. Kevin actually maybe going a little bit too far. That's going to be the horse going down. Hop, can they do it? Diving over, getting 1 kill. Renekton goes for it as well, and they are going to trade not their lives for it. Oh my god, they live.
Oh, wow.
Damn, Saw.
The tower switched aggro.
Yeah.
Well done. I thought he was dead for sure.
100%. Although, Sung Soul
watch the
really
Ashe
going
arrow.
for this. Actually,
Oh,
maybe
it
even
missed.
preventing the Ashe arrow from hitting. Nice charm, buying some time. Wide Penguin doing Wide Penguin things. They only need 1 health. Very
not quite
nice.
enough damage. A little Cassante trick. I think Cassante might have been able to live if he ended his ult and got all his resistances back. 'Cause
Yeah.
obviously, when you ult, you shed them all. So he wasn't able to keep his resistances and got during the dive. Maybe he thought he needed the damage. But yeah, again, they are able to get a kill back, which is good. But the Tigers being proactive, way more proactive this game. This is the most they've been able to do in the early game.
I mean, this is one of those rare times where if you could smash cut to what we were saying in the very beginning of this series, which is that one of the aspects of this entire league, of games like this, is learning from game to game. And at least right now, at 13 minutes into game 3, we're definitely seeing this narrative of Guangdong Tigers having learned, making adjustments, and correcting themselves. We'll see how it carries on here. Diamond for Gamers, a dangerous team. I think they've shown that every time. They've never really felt truly solely out of it. Maybe in the last couple minutes of the last game, but still, not till then.
The big difference, I'll say this time, is Diamond 4 Gamers definitely have more of a scaling comp than they did the last 2 games. So they have the Zyra, they have the Corki, they have the Cassante. These are champs that aren't trying to get super far ahead in the early game.
You're totally right.
So the fact that they can, they're still keeping good CS leads, like, they are ahead in kills, but I don't want to take away from the fact that Diamond 4 Gamers, soul laners especially, still both have CS leads, right?
No, you're right. That's what Diamond 4 Gamers in a very, they are a strong team. They've got enormous coordination, and they're certainly not faltering or buckling right now.
No, and it's only a 2K gold lead. It's not like insurmountable.
Yeah.
And they know what they're playing for.
And they've got 2 dragons.
They're playing for the late game. Yeah, exactly. Oh, maybe they play for this.
Charm
Oh,
onto
nice.
the Zyra right there. They're going to collapse on them. They do get the kill right away. Exhaust going to go onto this Renekton right here. They switch focus to Sung Soul. They want to take this Leona out. There's another Charm connecting. Herald resets, but that was very nice. That was very clean.
Hey, I'm digging the Tigers being way more proactive. They were, like, again, not proactive at all in the first 2 games. They were falling behind. They were trying to catch throws rather than make the plays, but now they're making the plays. And the one thing I'll say is Hop seems way more comfortable on this pick. This is the game he's been able to do things in the early game. No offense to him, but he just wasn't able to get much done the last 2 games. And, the Diana game he was able to recover and was like being a neutralizer. But this game on the Ahri, he's making plays. A couple of roams, gets the catch out there. And that's good because against the Corki, you need to get stuff done in the early and mid games before Corki becomes a monster. Because once Corki hits that 2-3 item spike, he's a menace, right? He'll one-shot people, super strong team fighter.
And Hero of Ages has been so consistent throughout this series, right? Like, strong laner, strong in team fights, just always a power point for Diamond 4 Gamers. Wide Penguin is just a magnet, and I love it. Truly, just surviving everything.
For sure. Yeah, definitely, like, as someone who plays an executive, and this is, like, I guess doubles the scouting for me. The one thing I noted about D4 Gamers is their soul lanes are both strong, very fundamentally solid and good, and they're definitely both getting making a name for themselves here. Again, only a 3K gold lead. It's not the end of the world.
No,
but it is getting bigger, right?
To your point,
the biggest.
Well, let's see if this 1v1. This is top laners, right? This is questionable. Do we stop and cast this? Who knows? This could be nothing.
They have. Well, Renekton should win, I guess, if it goes too long, because he has the cleaver.
Yeah, he's also got ult. He's chosen not to pop it yet. It's just a walk in a park for these guys.
He's probably trying to wait for Cassante to ult, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay, he's got the charge up. Okay, now they're in danger. Monarch showing up right here. Other people showing up as well. There it is. Like you said, ult for ult, flashing away. Gonna dodge that Zyra ult. Can he get the Q off? Can he get the heal off? He does heal a little bit, but there it is. Hecarim with the dunk. A very, very long and drawn out alley-oop for Hecarim right there. And a big Ash Arrow. Hold on, Hero of Ages. Maybe looking to pick this up. Got those rockets. Pretty dangerous down here in the bot lane. Scars of Success taking so much damage. Rel saving his bacon right there. Wide Penguin now. Long walk back away, but he's got help. Ignite down onto the Ash. Can he get the CC? Not quite yet, but Renekton goes for it, forcing a flash. Now they gotta go front to back. Sung Soul feeling pretty tanky here. Lot happening. Only one death for it, though.
So what we saw during that last play, right? Oh, Mini Valkyrie, is he okay?
Up here, a flash forward. Do they have the damage to take out Hero of Ages? That's the question. He does get taken down, but now Cassante here, maybe looking for an angle. That's in CC onto both of them. Can he win the 2v1? That's a low-looking Ahri. I think if he gets anything else on him, he could, but she found the distance through that charm. Walking forward, maybe going to be able to chase him down. Do they go for the dive? The back end of the Q gets it. Hop gets another kill.
So much going on this game.
And
the thing I wanted to say is we saw from the last play that the Tigers, they were like, the top laners were having such a long fight, and it seemed like Asante's like, okay, I'll bait for Zyra, but the enemy team also was like, oh, okay, well, if we're gonna fight this long, then we can come up here too, and they just collapse. The Tigers are showing what has made them good the last game, which is they're obviously having a way better early game, but they are.
Saucy could maybe pick Monarch right here. That's the CC. Zyra ult is going to get dropped. They actually push him onto Zyra ult right there. A big burst of damage. Ash Arrow is going to stop someone. Oh, Leona ult saving the bacon as well. Monarch so low, but still alive. Scars for Success can't get the kill. That's the Rel ult onto them. Finally, Monarch falls. Sung Soul, the next one to get picked off. 2 down. Dragon up. It's going to be hard for Diamond 4 Gaming to secure this 3rd dragon. This is a trick that Guangdong Tigers have played on Diamond 4 multiple games, getting that 3rd dragon, forcing them into a tough situation, but they're still going to go for it. Superman walking in. They want to try and secure this, but without a smite, it's going to be pretty difficult. Let's see. Blue team does get it. They do secure it. Cassante taking their way out, trying to 1v1 Kevin on the other side. Here are the Ages, maybe trying to buy some time for this Cassante. Cassante gonna get chased down. Superman absolutely on the run, getting clipped by that Ezreal ult. The back end of the Q. The Ahri gets it. More CC onto JD. There we go. Another kill. Guangdong popping off now. What can certainly be called snowballing at this point. And they get the backs off right there. All right. I don't think Rift Herald's got a charge off, but I don't think that matters. Also, Coruscant, by the by. Which anime were we talking about? Hunter x Hunter. It is fantastic. It's my favorite manga. It's my favorite anime. I'd recommend it to basically everybody. Oh, it's sausages. Yeah, it is sausage.
Oh, it is.
Holy shit.
Mute for 1 sec.
No, you're all good. Hey, Baron's being started.
Yeah, the Tigers have just really snowballed, They're like really just pushed. They put their foot on the gas and they're not slowing down. It's really impressive.
Well, they need to, right? You talked about it. The scaling is very much on the side of Diamond Gaming. But
for sure.
Baron's been gathered. The dragon push has been stopped. They need to find other ways to slow this game down so they can get their items, so that Corki can become this terror. And well, I think they'll do an all right job of pushing these waves off. They're Dovon. There's a lot of squishy characters right now on the side of Diamond 4 Gaming. Sung Soul. Over the wall.
Yeah, and the scaling is, like you said, it's there, but they're pretty far off. Syra's on 2 items, but Corki's still not on Muramana. And they're working on 3rd items on the side of the Tigers. They're gonna, their gold lead, they now have a pretty substantial gold lead. 7.3k roughly. Oh.
Ash Arrow connects. That's gonna be Leona ult and E out of the way right there. Wide Penguin actually bringing Leona all the way. Not quite to the tower, but pretty far. Good looks. I like this from Diamond. They are not afraid to pull the trigger. That's why they're a dangerous team. Sausages.
Yeah, they got it.
Finally, we fucking know how to say their name. That makes so much more sense. Sausages versus Superman. God damn it, that would have been so fun to say for the last 2.5 hours. But instead I've been saying Sawsag. Sawsaggies. God damn it. Oh. But here we are. My mind's just not as brilliant as theirs. Thanks, Luffy. Okay, pressing into the mid lane. They've got this Baron. They want to be able to lean as hard as they can on Diamond 4 Gamers with this. That annoying ranged minion right here. Gonna go for it. Okay. Turret falls and 1-4 split right here. Just sort of buying time, and now they can start setting up for this next dragon. Okay, we're gonna clear out this vision. We got about 1:20 until the next dragon. And they kind of did this last game too. They were like, ooh, 2v1 up here in the top lane. Can Sausages survive a 3v1, a 4v1, a flash away, but
oh, nice.
Still gets clipped by that Ash arrow. Leona ult as well. All the triggers being pulled. Renekton living a little longer than I thought and getting a lot of ultimates. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates used to collect that Renekton. But they've taken him off the map. He'll be back for Dragon. But they got that kill. They needed to make something happen, and they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, they got a shutdown, went onto the Ashe, getting her up to 2 items. She is ahead of Ezreal in items now. I mean, this dragon is going to be the next point of contention. And although the gold lead is really big, again, it still is like a scaling differential. One team fight where this Corgi gets to pop off.
Yes.
Ashe gets to free fire. It is possible.
It's totally
I'm going to be looking to Hop here to see if he can create some chaos. He's a very strong Ahri, and he has the Hourglass, the Arm Guard here, to make plays happen.
Now, Kevin, maybe gonna get picked, walking blind to that bush. They're gonna drop everything on him. Hecarim just gonna maybe get taken out. No, they're gonna buy the ultimate. Very nice, he gets away. But Ezreal, maybe trading their life scars to success, gets taken down. Leona, maybe going a little bit too far, being locked up at her tower, taking these turret shots right now. But look, on the back end, Rel, locking up so many people. Monarch, very low health bar. Ahri, Hop, gonna get it, full health. Now turning on a Superman, charms them, takes them down, and they turn the tides against all odds. I really thought that was the perfect fight for Diamond 4 Gamers, but look who rises from the ashes. It is the Guangdong Tigers, and they do turn on to this dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, great catch by the Diamond 4 Gamers, almost killing the Hecarim, but getting him out of the dragon fight. On top,
Great flash from Hero of Ages.
On top of that, getting a pick. Leona, unfortunately, got like dragged by her E there,
Yes.
which flung her to the turret.
Yes.
And then Ahri just came in with all the AoE and able to clean up. I don't know if it was like them being overzealous or more just like an unfortunate event. But again, any kills for them though, they like, right? So they're like, any kills we can get, any gold we can get, they're doing, they're happy with.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we just shout out Sausages, who's having an absolutely fantastic game, up in farm, up in kills, just like for 2 games has really stuck with it, right? Really like waited out game 2. Ooh, big chunk there from Ezreal. And
Yeah.
I mean they're doing it, Obviously.
Yeah, Sausages
getting first
definitely
blood
getting
set
to
up very
have
well.
their, Sausages is getting to finally have their game, right? They've been on the back foot, I would say, the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But now they get the good matchup. They get to make plays.
Hop,
They're getting.
you're in trouble. That's everything. These Ash arrows have just been on point, and a happy dream. That's a shutdown onto the Corki you've been talking about.
A lot of gold onto the Corki too, which is huge.
Yeah, that's really big right there. Vision, that's the last 2 fights have been off of walking into sort of a dark space from the Guangdong Tigers, and just Diamond 4 Gamers being there already.
It's about excuse me, sorry. It's about awareness, right? You don't know where they are. You don't see them on the bot side of the map. You have to assume that they're on the top side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be screwed.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, they're kind of waiting in this bush. Maybe hoping they can make something happen. This is kind of like an awkward-ish timing, like around objectives. I feel like Guangdong Tigers have been using a lot of objectives to make things happen. And right now, Baron's up, but they're not playing around it at this exact second. I'm just mystified by these channeling noises. We've never watched
they all
them
like
channel for
canceled
so
their
long.
channel just in case.
Yeah.
So Corky going for Infinity Edge. Usually the build is they go that, or they'll go for a rapid fire cannon. So I assume maybe he'll go rapid fire cannon the next item. He just wants more damage, but he got 1,000 gold right from that shutdown.
Sausages has
Which
level
is big.
16.
Still a 9k gold lead on the side of the Tigers here,
Teleport
but
coming in. They're going to commit to this. Zyra's going to be such a terror over. Okay, Diamond 4 Gamers actually in a pretty solid spot right here. Really able to push them off. That's a teleport onto a plant. Coming through. Baron is resetting, but not resetting all of the way. Let's see if they start it back up again. That Q is going to do it. That's going to be a charm right onto Superman right there. Can they survive all this hate and damage coming down? Sausages diving into the back line. That's going to be Cassante ulting right there. Kevin gets into the back line too. Superman falls in the end. 4 members fall. A triple kill for Sausages in the top lane, and they follow Hero
Nice
of
charm.
Ages all the way to the end, taking a turret to boot as well. What a fight. They just have so much gold, and they just threw it at them.
they're really hitting them with their wallets there. And the thing is, too, they just have so much AoE. They have the Ezreal ult, Renekton's doing AoE damage, and then Ahri just flinging her spells through the whole team. If we had a replay, you could see, like, all the squishy members, the Zyra, Ashe, Corky was kind of out of the way, but Zyra and Ashe, they just get melted by this Ahri damage, and
Oh my god.
they're going for the end. It looks like this might be it.
It might indeed. They take a moment to maybe take out Sung Soul, but there it is! The reverse sweep! Dropping game 1, tying it up in game 2, and in the end, game 3 goes to the Guangdong Tigers. What an incredible comeback.
Yeah, and again, really want to highlight, game 1 was a pretty one-sided game from the side of Diamond 4 Gamers. And sometimes when that happens, teams tend to get really disheartened. They don't play well. They think they're outmatched. And then even in game 2, you know, they were behind. They pulled it back, had a comeback victory. But now, game 3 comes around, and who are the big performers? Sausages comes in, had 2, I would say, lackluster games. Massive this game. One of the biggest carries in the game. Hop, same thing. 2 games back to back, not, you know, maybe getting outperformed by their opponent in lane air and not having the best games. Comes in on the Ahri, massive in these team fights, doing so much damage, being a nuisance. And Kevin switching up his style. Wide Penguin also switching off a different champ, and Scar switching off a different champ, and they changed up their comp completely and their style completely for the 3rd game. That might have really thrown the enemy team out for a loop, because if you can see their drafting strategy, I can't speak for them, but they went for way more scaling, right? They're like, okay, we'll scale up, we'll play, because these guys are kind of catching the throws, right? But they decided, no, we're gonna play we're gonna be the aggro team. We're gonna be the ones who are making things happen, and they did, and it's really impressive.
Truly. I mean, Sausages topping the damage chart right there. Looks like Sausages is going to be the person. By the way, Happy Dream, didn't even ask you this. You down for a quick interview? We'll each ask them one question. And
Sure.
Excellent. All right. Do a nice little short one. Once Sausages hops into the community channel, we will drag them up to casting on air. But yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like, I feel like it's easy for us to like put a story arc on what we just saw, but it really does feel like a team that was like, okay, like let's make an adjustment. Like we found out where a baseline was.
Can you move him out of the team chat? You see him in the team chat?
Oh, is
team
he
15.
in the team chat? Okay. I can like slowly drag him team by team. All right, he's in team 9.
Oh, nice.
He's in team 5. He's coming team 1. All right.
There you go.
Welcome to the desk, Sausages. Definitely how we said your name the entire cast. You truly don't need to look at game 1 or game 2 and sort of wonder if we were saying your summoner name right. We nailed it the entire time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, dude, it sounds like you believe us, and that's the most important thing. So we're gonna do a quick interview, one question apiece, and then we'll get you on your way.
All right, sounds good.
Hell yeah. I'll kick us off. General question, right? We just saw you guys come back over the course of 3 games. Give me a little insight to the mental. Give me a little bit of insight to the adjustments that you guys made from game to game. And was there ever a point where you started to question it, or it was just always productive? We're going to keep making positive changes.
We're positive. Most of us are.
Fair.
My mental was a little on the verge, but it was all right. I was pushing through.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You made it through to the end. That's what matters.
Yeah, game one, not gonna lie, it was a little tough. We were still working out our case because we had a recent role swap again.
Nice.
So we were still working out the case, but game 2, game 3, we figured things out, and then we started moving.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, it really did start to click. I mean, listen, you went through every emotion up there in the top lane. And it was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, my one trick fucking sucks. Oh, sorry. Am I cussing? Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss. I mean,
okay.
Everyone's got a different baseline for it, but go for it. We'll tell you if it's too much.
Yeah, my fucking one trick just fucking shits the bed, I swear to God.
Your one
like,
what's your champ?
Camille.
Real awesome.
I got shot on the second game. Camille was still useless. Hey, it is what it is. Renekton reigns supreme, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, I guess for you personally, you had a monster third game.
Yeah.
But, you know, no offense, but the first 2 games didn't look super hot, at least in the lane phase. How do you like come into the third game with the confidence that are like, all right, I'm just gonna pick Renekton again, and I'll make it work? And
okay, so game 2, I was behind, and I was still more useful overall in team fights and everything. I was like, just blind me Renekton, they can't do anything to me. Because I was like, this chance is busted.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seemed it's good. I felt like too in game 2, one thing I pointed out was you went for like a way tankier build, which was smart, because then being behind in game, you know, even though you're behind, like you said, you're still able to create a lot of time and space. But it was fun to watch you guys. I feel like you guys did a really good job of adapting through the whole series. And like, I feel like game 1, like you said, you're adjusting. They kind of destroyed you guys, no offense. And then game 2, you come back, and you guys do a really good job of like scaling up, catching the throws. But then game 3, you like completely style change, and you play a very strong early game, and kind of hold the lead the whole game, and just kind of smash the enemy team. Yep. Was that like a conscious decision where you guys were like, okay, we're gonna play more early game, or did it just how the draft played out?
It was more so just how the draft played out after we figured out our jungle picks, and we're like, because we were like mainly farming junglers, but we were like looking for more opportunities to fight and get everyone ahead.
Nice. Well, you guys did a great job, and yeah, it was fun. Good debut. Fun matches.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Well, Sausages, before we let you go, anything you want to say in general about what you guys are looking to do here in your LBLCS season? Any plans for the future, or are you guys just taking it 1 week at a time?
We'll definitely get better, and
hell yeah,
we'll aim for the chip. So
fucking
championship. My bad.
Hell yeah, nah, you crushed it, dude. All right, sausages. Thanks so much for coming on. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, we've done it again. What a series. Holy shit. Sorry, Jammy Jams. We only interview one person from the winning team. And we're not going to break that now. Yeah, hard line in the sand for this thing.
Unless it's like the playoffs, right? Or the championship.
The playoffs, champion finals, the team that wins, whole team
Get the
comes
whole
on.
team in there.
Whole team
Yeah.
comes on. Everybody gets to say their piece, of course. And but yeah. Well, Happy Dream, it's been a dream casting with you. Anything that you would like to say?
Wow. So sweet. I'll definitely try to cast again if possible. With my schedule and being on the West Coast, it's difficult, but I enjoyed it and it was fun. It gave me it's brought back some great memories of the pandemic of you and I casting like
Dude.
every day,
Yes.
and it was fun. And I'm glad I had some people in the chat that remembered me, and
A lot of people.
were able to, and we're excited. And yeah, if I can get, I'll cast whenever I can. But the other thing I have to say is, if you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe or follow the channel. There's also a Discord. There should be links down below, and you should go join us. This is a massive community. When I joined LBLCS, there was 2 leagues, and there was like 8 teams in total. And now there's so many groups. I don't know how many teams, so many players,
4
thousands
groups,
of players.
88 teams, and 950 players.
950 players.
57.
And there's even more people in the Discord, right? And then join up. It's a fun community. If you're not into just competitive league, it's fun just to be part of it. They also just do events, charity events sometimes, some more fun tournaments in houses, and it's a great way to learn. They also have people who can offer you maybe coaching if you want, or you can join other communities. That's how I met a lot of the people I play League with, through this league. So yeah, join up.
True that. And show up to watch the Broken play. Start a fan club. Really get some people out there cheering for a Happy Dream.
I'll put on a show.
This team. They'll put on a show. It's just, it's what it's going to be. All right, that's awesome. The only thing I want to say is just a general thank you to all of the staff, all of the people working behind the scenes to make this thing run. The stream is really fun. We get to come on here and be like, everything's fun and exciting, but there's lots of people volunteering their time behind the scenes and making tons of things just work. The gears just turning. So thank you to everybody on every part of the staff that has been making this season come together. This is our biggest one yet, and it truly has been a lot of work. And we're going to raid someone, because that's the polite thing to do. But aside from that, listen, that's it from us, folks. And yeah, we'll have more. We might do a Sunday stream. I don't know if there's one planned for tomorrow, but 100% we will be back at the very least with a Monday, Tuesday, very likely Wednesday, very likely Thursday streams next week. And we hope that you join us then. All right, folks. I'm going to pick a random League of Legends streamer. This person has 11 viewers. We're streaming them. Okay. Yeah. Great. Wait. No, we're going to do this person. 13 viewers. Wait, no. This person is 9. Okay, we got this. Here we go, folks. Starting the raid. Peace out. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.